Yeah, you screaming black power, but what the hell is the progression? No tapping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? No tapping.
And y'all falling for this? Come on, man. Oh, stand up.
No tapping, but like your brain just fake. You keep screaming black power, but ain't busting the grace. Silly said he be yelling, he do a whole lot of cussing. He be talking all loud, but ain't saying nothing. Tell you bang on the beat, but he don't bang in the streets. Yeah, he bang on the mic and charge you for a seat. Let's beat what they say, and then peep how they roll. Shaka put on his makeup and said he powder his nose. Said you gotta be kidding me, talking about my fans. Shaka rocking that Remy and said he a cokehead. I call him Remy and Coke. I mean, them boys are a joke. I wish they would step to me and I be going for broke. Oh yeah, I talk with aggression, prefer to stick to the lessons. They be talking about Moors like they be banning weapons. I know they only hotepping. Yeah, they fake with the lessons. They be talking the hard, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, oh yeah, they fake with the lessons. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping. Yeah, they screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Side Netta, you know better than to test the more. I think I told you before. And look what happened to your boy. And now you got this Maybelline queen up on my screen. He grew a mustache, and you know what that means? Low self-esteem and got something to prove. That's right, I love Jesus. I got nothing to lose. I put my life on the line, and I'm bearing my cross. The Jesus that I come to love walk like a boss. Yeah, he flip over tables, and I ride through the streets on the back of an ass because your clowns are weak. Yeah, you managed to reach, you should be mad at your teacher. He took you all the way to Kemet and he still couldn't reach you. My prophet, he was born in the state of NC. I was born in MD. You know where to reach me. You can't leave NYC without wearing a vest because you talk that mess. We not enlightened or impressed. Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping.
That ain't real.
Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping. You know, back in the day they had this John, they used to call it like walk like an Egyptian. These clowns today, they do this joke called hotepping. That means they get this knowledge, they get this information, and then they start stepping to people as if they got some supreme knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's just hotepping. They faking, man. They ain't with that. We go like hotepping, misrepresenting the lesson. Yeah, you screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Keep screaming black power, but where the hell is the progression? Hotepping. Shaka out, hotepping. Saru said he's hotepping. House of consciousness, hotepping, misrepresenting the lessons. Hotepping. Yeah. Allah, Father, universe. Father, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protection, my God, and my salvation. By night and by day. Through his holy prophet, through our leader. Amen. Let's go. Side Netta, you know better than to test the more. You done shown stretchy faith that you can rest ashore. We gon' teach him a love instead of hate. Always be uplift and educate. You wanna debate, and everybody wanna be committed. Steady Shaka out, anyone can get it. It's real down here, people. Let's make it clear. I'm learning to love instead of hate, but I ain't there. Reginald, it's about time we check. You just stuff with, but I ain't there. Reginald, it's about time we check. You just stuff with Medinetta, you got this. You just stuff with Medinetta, you just stuff with Medinetta, check. You just stuff with Medinetta, you got disrespect. I we check. You just stuff with me there. Reginald, it's about time we check. Reginald, it's about time we check. Reginald, it's about time we check. You just stuff with Medinetta, you got disrespectful. I'ma keep it raw, you haven't met no more. If you did, your approach wouldn't be so piss poor. Red pill, get me the bag, I do the math. How many other boys 2 seconds up off your ass? Sometimes I know exactly what he doing. He be hyping, he lurking. We 1990 Mike Tyson. About to get knocked out for sure. The Moors on the front, it's one thing you left out. You're running behind you and we running you down. I respect you as an elder, but I'm shutting you down. Yeah, I love my son, but I got more love for God. The house of consciousness, a house of cards, a house of fraud. Always we go hard. You should have got the general to lead the charge so we can smack them around like polite did. Never move the Beverly Hills like polite live. That's right. What up, Sweet? What up, Tony L? Yeah. It's called Edison L. It's called Edwards L. It's called Sister M. Let's run it back. Yeah. Hey, family. We might got to run that one back. That one is a classic. That one is a classic. We might have to run that one back. Let's see if we can run this one back. Can we run that back? Yeah, we're gonna have to run that back. That one was a classic. Let's go. Let me move my chair out the way. Family. Welcome to Saturday Night Live, family. Lord Merc L in the building. Angel in Training TV. He's the squad. I'm the squad. Divine L is the squad. Let's run that back. Moorish for real. Let's get it. Moorish for real.
Yeah. A lot of Father universe.
Let's go.
Father love, truth,
Let's
peace,
go.
freedom, and justice.
Let's go.
God's my protector, my
Let's
God, and my salvation.
Let's go.
By night and by day.
Let's salute. Let's go. Come on, man.
Amen.
Hey, check this out. This joint right here, right? I wrote this one when Ali's men representative, our brother Sharif Anil Bey, was going up against brother Reggie, right? This was before it happened, right? And I was like, they was making all these videos. They was going in back and forth. You know, brother Sharif wasn't making no videos. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't making no videos, but they kept making videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, brother Sharif there, he putting the swords together, you know. And so when the debate come up, you know, all the talk is going to be done. But anyway, I wrote this song because I knew it was going to go down. And this is how it went. Check it out.
Yeah. A lot of Father universe. Father love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
Let's go.
Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation.
Angel in Training. We're going to do the remix, bro. We're going to do the remix. Me and you. Remix. Here we go. Moorish for real. Let's go.
Yeah. A lot of Father universe. Father love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation. By night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Amen. Let's go.
You know better than the test of more. You done chose educate, but you can rest ashore. We gon' teach you to love instead of hate. We are flipping educate. You want to debate, we're all pathetic. And everybody want to be committed. Steady shot the eye moves. Anybody get it. It's real down here, people. Let's make it clear. I'm learning to love instead of hate. But I ain't there, original. It's about time we check. You should have stuck with Matthew Measure. You got disrespectful. I'ma keep it raw. You haven't met no more. If you did, your approach wouldn't be so piss poor. Red pill gave you the path. I do the math. How many other more 2 seconds I'm off your ass? So now I know exactly what he's doing. He be hyping. He's Don King. I'm 1990 Mike Tyson. About to get knocked the F out for sure. The balls on the front. That's one thing you left out. You right behind you. I'll be running you down. I respect you as an elder, but I'm sunning you now. Yeah, I love my brother, son, but I got more love for God. A house of consciousness, a house of cards, a house of fraud. More we go hard. You should have got the general to lead the charge so we can smack them around like polite dead. Make them move the Beverly Hills like polite live. That's right. Oh, what up, man? Yeah. What up, Tony L? Yeah. Let's get started, fam. Huh? Nobody knows. Hey, the trouble I see. Hey. Nobody knows. Hey. Lord, it's me right here. Let's go, the individual. What up, Calico? Hey. Oh! That's right. Let me get it right. Hey! But your right chest, next can't stop striving till my life gets blessed. Gotta fight this flesh, no matter who you might be. Cause what's true about me is the truth about me. It's much deeper than what you or I see. But if you're like me, you gotta walk my face. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows. Hey. I'm the color's been hidden from history. You ain't know the color of Miss Brown skin. You ain't gotta listen and tell you how I went. We've been through more troubles than others, times 10. You ain't gotta give a cool I live. And how about you who said you're my friend? I'm not powerful, but I'm riding to the end. Down to shed blood, every brother's my kin. If I said I love you, then yeah, I meant it. Your name's kinda cool, but call me a lieutenant. Life's highs and lows, I strive to keep winning, but I'm about to explode if these coppers keep killing. And it's right in your face, disgrace beyond limits. Private Ryan, stay grace to your partners. There we go. We need the power of the Christ, so tonight we'll start healing. Then we'll work on the poison, all the hustlers till. When I tell you, nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows. Here we go. Hey family, hold up. I'm trying to get one more piece of information for you, and we're gonna get started.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Giving honor to the forerunner of the prophet. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Islam, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Islam, Islam, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Y'all made me do it, I ain't want to do it. Try to work with y'all when I was going through it. I said hit the streets, you wanna hit the streets, you wanna stay in the temple. Same speech, same talk, same bark, no bite. Well, alright, I'm the heart baby, and I'ma handle that. My prophet spoke to me, he said, handle that.
Oh, I'm gonna run that back.
Front line, look at y'all.
This was
mine, but it ain't mine, it's God's plan, a law plan. Oh man, 2016.
1 second.
Go see his prophet Noble Drew Ali. Old Moors, step aside, 34. Come on, let's ride. Hey, it's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Islam, Islam.
I told y'all.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Y'all ain't believe me.
Hey. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. You visited by a prophet of God, and you mean to tell me we can't go hard? I'm a more of old, the one that rode the elephants over the Alps in the cold. And even with the Spain, we arranged the terrain. Even got a civilized pain. Now cipher 2016. I'ma show you what this means. My tassel roll 360. Do you really think you can tell me what to do is AP? You know I look up the boom and pay. I roll with the prophet, I'm a prophet more. Follow the prophet, so I profit more. Stop it more. I'm holding the world and make me drop it more. Now drop it more. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Yeah. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey Moors, hey Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh yeah, Islam. It's a new day for the Moors. Between you and I am
the rise. You never measure up to your household divided. How you gonna teach anybody but you when the people that love you, they don't believe you? You probably think you got jail religion.
Here we go.
Wash off that stench of prison. Speaking of prison, that's all y'all are trapped. Talking about the children and y'all at that. Go on, scrap that. I ain't even tripping. I show you what happened when the law gives you vision. No government grants and no food stamps. Learn how to build a temple.
Back up, man. Wait up. Stop rushing.
I will be hell if I listen to y'all. Listen to y'all. Talking all Moors. Walking around broke. With nothing to go for.
Low. All right, we ready to stop, man.
Hey, Moors. Hey, Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh, yeah. Islam. It's a new day for the Moors.
Charlotte, Memphis, Cleveland, get in the car.
Hey. It's a new day for the Moors. Hey, Moors. Hey, Moors. It's a new day for the Moors. Oh, yeah. Islam. It's a new day for the Moors.
LA, Syracuse, Buffalo, get in the
Stop
car.
screaming, bragging about our
Here we go. Here we go. I got what I need now. Who you uplifting?
Nothing, nada.
Who you uplifting?
Nothing, nada.
Nothing.
Nada.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing, nada.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
My young boys coming, they becoming more trend, but before they gonna love this, nothing will stand. So watch your slander, they got the hammers.
All right, here we go.
Peter, protecting Jesus. I'm a jewelry apostle, don't get hostile. Claim, don't tell them what I do for the gospel.
Oh.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Hey, boys. Y'all ready?
It's a new day for the Moors.
Y'all ready?
Islam. It's a new day for
Y'all
the
ready?
Moors.
Y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
Hey.
It's a new day for the
All right, here we go.
Moors.
All right, let's start the show. Let's start the show with my dope. I haven't played this in a minute.
It's a new day for the Moors.
Family, hold up. We gotta start this right. This is Saturday Night Live. This is Saturday Night Live. This is Saturday Night Live. We gotta start this right. I don't really go live Saturday night, but I've been missing y'all. And I also been missing my brother C. Cannon Bay. So don't think that this show is a mockery towards my brother C. Cannon Bay and any other Moorish American National that may got clipped up dealing with them folk. So we're about to get started in a minute. We're about to open the show up. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready? I'm ready. As my man would say back in the day with Jigger, okay, I reloaded. Let's load it up. Let's load it up. Let's load it up. Come on. Do your push-ups, Divine L? Hey, I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Arca Bay front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. Ain't a new song dropping this summer, man. I ain't playing. I'm working hard. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies that hold my line. Those who speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I speak about the prophet over true eyes. Who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the Memphis, Mississippi, and Quebec? Told you you wasn't black. Proved it was straight back. You tripping off Trump, you should be tripping off that. And here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people taught Europeans how to bathe. Then look at our women, fine European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation taking pills, weed, and serve. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Ross, Bootsy. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher, I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Arca Bay front line till the law call my number. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. To Arca Bay front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo around the feds. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. I didn't try to kill the prophet, it was all for show. Man, some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my past mistakes. I want my town, my shirt, my stores, my school, my nation sick and
tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out in your face. If you ain't from Moorish world, then get out of my face. Cause China love China, Italian love India. You should love the Moorish world. Come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that boy you gon' remember. Let's go. I be that boy you gon' remember. That's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. Hey. I be that boy you gon' remember. Oh my God. Hey. I be that boy you gon' remember. Talk of a front line till the law come a number. Huh? I be that boy you gon' remember. Huh? I be that boy you gon' remember. Man, look. Man, listen. Let me tell you something. Hey, family, hold up. Hold up, family. Y'all gotta work with me. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all gotta work with me. Family, y'all gotta work with me. I gotta do one more. I haven't listened to my music in a minute. I'm in the lab right now working on a new soundtrack for my life, for your life, for the Moorish American life. I'm working on something to drop this summer. I'm going to drop this in a couple weeks. Y'all can get all these tracks that's going to be on most likely nobletemples.com or moorishworldtv.com, whatever it is. But I got to do one more, family. I got to do one more. Can I do one more? Is the numbers going to drop? And can I get a couple thumbs up? Before we get into the show, I got to do one more. This one dedicated to the only one that came to our people to organize our people under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's right. The only one that came to organize our people under the name and the banner of Islamism. The only one, the first. And he gave it to you raw. And all these groups out here today, I got one question.
This man was teaching Islam here.
Shout out to my man, Malik Zulu Shabazz. Oh, that running back. I done talked over Malik. I can't talk over Malik Zulu. Come on, let's go one more. Let's do one more. Shout out to Malik. I got one question. Huh? Salute. I got one question. Check out. Where was y'all in 1913? This was way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had birth. We was in the grave, the land of the Nord. Where was y'all when he was on a milk crate? Going hard on 35th Estate. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Feds on his head. Hey, where was y'all when the enemies tried to kill him? When he said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey, now what you gonna do about it? Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he knew about it. I'm the third and fourth generation. So I ain't worried about all the hate and all making this separation ain't the stop. We're gonna really take the wheel, part of the plot, to keep them on top and leave them at the bottom with the mouth to call the prophet in the heart. You forgot them. Hey, you ain't fighting this war right. Bags under eyes, haven't slept in 4 nights, reading all the books, studying the law, where the prophet was a perfect example for us all. He left the street clearly cut on the south side. 30,000 more than 29, ready to ride. And I'm doing what the prophet doing. Now what you gonna do to me, huh? Hey, that's right. Elijah had birth. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th Estate. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Feds on his head. Hey, where was y'all when the enemies tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey, I hear you talking, but show me what you producing. The enemy loving a weed head talking stupid. Up in the courts getting beat up in the hallway. The king crown is on the ground. It's going to be a long day. Make me want to cry, I can't deny it. explain the world. We so divided, all we gotta do is use what the prophet provided. Always trying to take the shortcut, repeating weird stuff like we on the short bus. The world is watching, our people waiting for us to stand up and build this Moorish nation. Hey! Brother Shaw had in 1913. Huh? This was way before Martin had a dream. Yeah, yeah! Way before Elijah had bird. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Hey! Brother Shaw, when he was on the milk crate, going hard on 30th state. Huh? Brother Shaw, when he only had his bag on Indiana Avenue, feds on his head. Hey!
I'm a fool. Got civics up the north.
Shout out to Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I'm not a Moor.
And wouldn't come in your house or come among
Let's
you
go,
and
man.
say I'm a Moor if I didn't feel in my heart, in my mind, in my soul that I am. Tell you, goddammit, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No more. So if I say it, I mean it. If I mean it, sure. I say it. I understand, bro.
Brother Shaw in 1913. Yeah. Way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had blood. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Brother Shaw, man. Milk crate. Oh, hard. A 30th state. Brother Shaw, when he only had the flag on Indiana Avenue, bears on his head. Hey. Brother Shaw, when the enemy tried to kill him, they said he was a prophet. Still didn't kill him. Where y'all at now? Are you with me or you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey. The prophecy is down. Hey. The prophecy is down. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey. The prophecy is down. Hey. Islam, family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. As you can see, I'm a little bit pumped up. This is Saturday Night Live. Fam, this has been on my heart and on my mind. But first and foremost, let me rise and give praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. I give honor to his prophet, your prophet, whether you accept him or not, the prophet Noble Drew Ali. I also give honor to the forerunner of the prophet, Brother Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who said, up, up, you mighty nation. Up, up, you mighty nation. Up, up. And he was still using the term Negro, but he referred to us as a mighty nation. Up, up, you mighty nation. You can accomplish what you will. One aim, one destiny, one God. And accomplishing what you will is indicative of willing something into existence. For Allah's sake, to a thing be, and it is. That's willing something into existence. Honor to the brother Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And I also give honor to the first appointed Supreme Grand Sheikh of all Moorish Americans, our brother, our friend, our representative of what it means to stand strong, brother E. Miliel. I also give honor to our brother, our friend, D. Bailiel, and I give honor to each and every one of you. But let's just get it started, family. Family, I'm trying to tell you. All right, as you can see the title is what it is. The title says, What Happened to C. Cannon Bay? And so basically, family, this brief presentation is to try to put it out on the airways to find out what happened to our brother. Something happened to our brother that we don't know about. Number one, we do know that our brother C. Cannon Bay is incarcerated. Number two, we don't know what he's incarcerated for. Now, as he represented something, let me tell you something about C. Cannon Bay. He truly believes that he is the president of the United States of America Republic. He really does believe that. I've spoken to him quite a few times, and these conversations are very good conversations. He would not yield or bend from his premise that he is the president of the United States Republic. No matter what I said to him, no matter what we compared, he just would not bend. Let me also give a shout out
to Sister Tatras Bay for a brief donation, hitting that cash button, and my brother Divine L for hitting that cash button. I appreciate y'all, because every little bit helps in the missionary work that we are called to do. And we all know that Prophet Obadiah Ali says it takes finance to uplift a nation. So anyway, sometime last week, I found out that the brother had got locked up. And the story, everybody hit that thumbs up for me so we can get the algorithms rolling. So the story was that C. Cannon Bay, somebody was dealing with some court issues. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about what happened to C. Cannon Bay. We're trying to put the message out on the airwaves, not to make a mockery of my brother's plight. He's actually, shout out to my brother Selby Bay and everybody in the Big Horn State, Texas. This is not to make a mockery out of C. Cannon Bay, because I actually like the brother. I really do like the brother. And you'll see as the show go on that this is not to make a mockery out of his plight. But in fact, it is to point out some things that we must look for when we're looking for the Moorish Science Temple of America. But the reason that I want to point this out, let me do one thing first. Let me do one thing real quick. Before we go any further, let me say that he is locked up. Family, I'm telling you that if you want to write the brother, I got all the information I could get. Here's the address. I'm actually going to write the brother myself. This is not to make a mockery out of him. You can send a money order right here. You can write him a letter. I mean, if you don't have the money to send, at least write him a letter, some encouraging words. You know, this is for real. But it doesn't stop me from pointing out some of the things that will put you in the crosshairs. And so his visiting hours are Tuesday 3:30 to 8:30, Sunday 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. And I can get you the address and everything, but I think it's at Cook County Jail. I'm not sure at this moment, but I can get you that before the end of the show. And so I just want everybody to be able to, I'm going to show this again at the end of the show. Again, if you want to send a money order, you can send a money order. If you want to just write the brother and give him some encouraging words, you also can do that. But the question on the table is, what happened to C. Cannon Bay? Nobody is talking. I've sent a few emails out. To try to find out what actually happened, and no one is talking. I will also continue. Stop, my DL, stop, my DL. I'm trying to, man, that's my brother, man, because some of this stuff is comical, but I don't want to laugh because I'm serious. And so let me get to the story. Issa got to stop that. Issa, stop. So let me say this. So the story that I got, now I don't know how true it is, so don't quote me on it. You know what I mean? The story that I got, his charges are public. I haven't seen the charges. Send them to my email. I don't know what the charges are. But the story that I got, and I could be wrong, I don't know. But the story that I got when I was first given this information last week, I got this information last week, but I tried to get in touch with people and ask Vice President, what's his name, all that authority they got. Stop. Stevino, stop, brother. Can you stop? I try to get this out. For real, we got to stop. This is not a funny situation. This is serious stuff here. But anyway, so I got the last, when I heard about this last week, I'm going to tell you the story that I got. Now, I don't know how true it is, but this is the story that I got. You know what I'm saying? So it was somebody that was going to court for, I think it was like rent court. They call it rent court in Baltimore. And in Baltimore, rent court, it's just like you might call eviction court. You know what I'm saying? And so as he was in this courtroom, they say, now I don't know. They say that the brother was challenging the judge on jurisdiction and, all the stuff that is predicated upon this Moorish national ideal, jurisdiction and delegation of authority and whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there, but this is the story that I was given. And I'm just reporting to you so we can try to get to the bottom. Because listen, let me say this. When we have a brother that we constantly see on, we have a brother that we constantly see on social media, we begin to develop a social media relationship. Even sometimes if it's a love-hate relationship. When I say love-hate, I don't mean a malicious hate, but 1 minute you get along, 1 minute you don't. 1 minute you're debating, 1 minute you're smiling. And that's what social media has come to. It has brought us to a certain place where we have different types of relationship that is somewhat similar to face-to-face relationships, but it's electronic, so it's slightly different. But anyway, I've come to like the brother, even though I disagree with the brother extremely. But one thing I do admire about the brother, that no matter how much we disagree, the brother will always reach out to me. He will always reach out to me, and unless, as my brother Angel Trainer say, the president cursing was out, unless he was frustrated because I cooked this goose, on a video or something, he was pretty much calm and cool. But he would never be disrespectful on the phone, but then he'll go crazy on a post or something. But that's another story. But anyway, the story has it is that while he was in the court doing all of that, they actually charged him with contempt. Like, again, I don't know how true that is. They charged him with contempt. Now, in charging him with contempt, what they did was sent them to the bullpen, or the cell, and putting him in the cell. I hear that now, again, I don't know this third-party information. Putting them in the cell. Ultimately, they say that the feds came to talk to him, and when the feds came to talk to him, that was ball game in the story. So right now, the brother is incarcerated. Again, give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. The brother is incarcerated now. I don't know the charges at this time, but I do know that he has no bond. This is why I'm putting up the demonstration to write the brother. I'm actually writing myself. It's all good with me. I'm gonna write the brother myself. It is what it is. But let me just show the screen share real quick. Is that the brother? He actually has no bond. I'm gonna show it to you right now. So anything, a letter or something would be useful to the brother while he go through this drama that he's going through. And so, as you can see, his next court date is next month on the 23rd. So he got a little less than a month to go before he go to court. And he has no bond. And so because he has no bond and his court date is almost a little less than a month away, I think it's imperative that those who say that they are partners or friends or citizens or even members of the Moorish, the United States of America Republic, I think it should compel you to go in, write the brother a letter, send him a card, do something to encourage the brother, as he go through this dilemma. Again, I don't know, what exactly the whole charges, but sister say contempt of court is open for the book. So again, here it is. But before we go into that, family, we also have other brothers that's missing in action also. Anybody seen this brother right here, Moreno El Bay? This is another brother who's missing in action. Like, he used to make videos about me. The last video I seen about me, it didn't do too good. It kind of flopped. You know what I'm saying? But this is the video he did about me. I don't know. He was talking crazy gangster talk, but it was just a video. It was a spoof. It was cool. No problem. But the thing is, like I said, this brother here, I haven't heard from him. What happened to this brother? And so the thing is that when brothers on social media begin to drop off social media, then you should ask questions.
You know, and this is not to make a mockery. See, when people seen the flyer, people begin to automatically assume that I am going to make a mockery out the plight of my brother, when in fact that's not what I'm doing. In fact, I'm going to draw attention to the situation so we can find out what exactly is going on. So if anybody have any information on our brother C. Cannon Bay, then you should bring it forth so the public will know. This brother has been a staple on Facebook and on social media for quite some time. And then all of a sudden he disappears and nobody asks nothing. You know what I mean? Nobody asks anything. And so, but now let's get into why the dangerous game of playing, the dangerous game of sovereign citizen. That's what we're going to talk about real quick. The dangerous game of sovereign citizen. You know, we got to watch ourselves when we play this dangerous game. Now, let me share some things with you. Work with me real quick, family. Indulge me for at least about 30 minutes because this want to be a short video so everybody know what's happening. So we're going to look at this real quick. A dangerous game of sovereign citizen. First of all, one thing about our brother C. Cannon Bay is that we all know that he went all out. He's different from most sovereign citizens, and I'm using the term sovereign citizens because that's what he's going to be labeled as. That's how he's going to be dealt with. You know, I know sovereign and citizen don't go together, but that's how he's going to be dealt with, right? So listen, when we're talking about sovereign citizens, one of the most dangerous things that you can do when you walk under the umbrella of this Moorish American national ideal, the worst thing that you can do is organize people under it. See, if you're wondering why Taj Tariq Bey has never been confronted, because he's never organized any people. So he is going to pass form, still talking the rhetoric. But if he organized people under the guise of the information that he teaches, he's going to have a problem. And so it's the same thing with Taj. I mean, with what's the brother C. Cannon Bay. He tried to organize as a government, which in the doctrine of Prophet Obadiah Ali, the process is totally different than what he puts forth. You follow what I'm saying? The process is totally different than what he puts forth. See, the Prophet Obadiah Ali is basically saying that we are part and parcel of the said government, and the said government is the ruling government at the time. You see, and many people would say, well, no, the said government is the Moorish government. Well, there is no Moorish government at this time, nor was there a Moorish government at the time of the prophet. So the said government is the government ruling at the time of the implementation of the Moorish Nationals of America. And again, the brother said he said Taj. Absolutely, I said Taj. The reason why they not clipping Taj up is because he haven't organized anybody. Taj is just running around talking this stuff. But you will notice Taj ain't never driving no car. Taj ain't never squatting in no house. Taj, I've never seen him ask a judge for a delegation of authority. Taj ain't never did none of that stuff. Taj is just teaching. Taj is like, I give the example again. Taj is like a biology teacher. He's in there teaching biology, right? He's teaching biology, you know, and in the classroom, he's showing you how to dissect a frog. But now these students of Taj, they go home and they try to dissect their dog. And when they dissect their dog, they get locked up for animal cruelty. So listen, what they're doing is they're learning from Taj all the principles that they characterize or label as sovereign citizen ideals. And now when they get characterized and labeled as sovereign citizen ideals, the people go out and demonstrate that, and then they get hemmed up. They, you know, Taj is only in the classroom saying, listen, this is how you dissect the frog. You know what I mean? But now these people go on out there and they start to dissect the cat. They start to dissect the dog, their horse, and every other animal, their guinea pig. You know what I mean?
And that's just what it is. And so, and now when the students go outside of the classroom, because Taj is only in a forum and sitting there talking, you know, but he's not going out there in the public and doing none of it. I mean, he's not going out there and doing none of it. And so they get hemmed up. And Taj goes to the next venue, goes to the next state, goes to the next video, goes to the next, you know, but those who believe in it, you know what I mean, those who believe in it are the ones that suffer. And so this is why I say that thing is dangerous, because it's the blurring of the lines of the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying? When you blur the lines of the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, no one knows which way to go. But let me show you some of the most dangerous things you can do when you play this game called Moorish American National. Some of the dangerous things that you can do when you play this game called Moorish American National is this right here. When you look at this right here, let me tell you something. I want y'all to listen to me clearly. You know what I mean? I want you to listen to me clearly. When the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, we are not to overthrow the laws and the constitution of the said government, he meant just that. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, Moorish Americans, we are not here to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government. He meant just that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The moment that you fly your flag like this, that's the moment that you are putting crosshairs on your back in some way, shape, or form. Because this is not how the Prophet flew his flags, for one. Number two, what you're saying is that this flag supersedes this flag, when that's not the case. At this time, we're not saying about yesterday. We're not saying about tomorrow. We're talking about right now. And so when you do that, you automatically telling them that we are taking over. Now, they might not take you that serious in the beginning, but then you begin to organize. I'm trying to help you. You don't have to believe me. Then you begin to organize. And then you call yourself USR. You follow me? USR. USAR, I mean to say, right? And so you begin to try to change the game with your propaganda that you have piecemealed together. Free National Republic of the United States of America. So now you are going to usurp the United States of America. Now, in the beginning, you're just playing a social media game. But then you see it begin to catch on. Now you begin to literally act as if you're a government. You see, you begin to act as if you're a government. And I've pointed out many a times that the United States of America Republic does not operate as a government with a Wix website. It don't work like that. Not with a Wix website. Not the United States of America Republic. It should, but here we go, you playing games. But now there's going to come a time when they are going to take you serious. And you thinking that you playing Monopoly. Well, let me tell you, they on boardwalk with boots on. For real. And so, hey, oh, you scared to Agape? Man, I'm scared of what? For one thing, this is not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, this is not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I stand on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And so, you begin to talk about your rewriting a constitution, right? You're rewriting the constitution, and you begin to write it. Now, all of this right here becomes your constitution. I want you to work with me. Stay with me. So here's your constitution. The president and the chairman of the United States
of American Republic is empowered to make laws and enforce laws with the assistance of the legislator. The judicial power shall extend case. So you begin to write all this material. Now, you're playing Monopoly. You know what I mean? You're playing Monopoly. But these people watching you. You see, this is just a message to all my Moorish American nationals. This is not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is what you have to get through your head. This is not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. No way, shape, or form. Moorish should not be connected to this madness. In no way, shape, or form. No way, shape, or form. But since it is, we must use the examples that we have on hand so we can teach the next generation not to get involved into this tomfoolery. But anyway, it goes, he begins to write this Constitution, right? Now, the people looking on, like young brother Dexter Bay, like he begins to thinking that it's legitimate. Yeah, we should have our own government. We should have our own government on our own land. Well, that's true, and I agree with you. But there's a process of how this works, and this is not the process. You see, there's a diplomatic process that if you wanted to establish yourself as a government, you have to do it in a diplomatic way, and inshallah, it'll work out. But usually within a sovereign government like the United States, you really not going to, it's not going to really work out in your favor as you saying that this part is mine and stay off of mine. The best thing you can get from that is a reservation. But if you follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, there is some provisions to allow you to be autonomous, and allow you to be within the government, and move freely as a free citizen of the United States of America and not have your rights violated, as many have them. No different than the Amish people, no different than Jewish communities, no different than any other ethnic or racial or nationality, if you will, that has their own community. But anyway, the brother writes in his Constitution, personal use for marijuana. You see what I'm saying? Notwithstanding any other provision of law, filing acts are unlawful and shall not be offense under the United States of America Republic or law of any local within the province of the United States of America Republic, and a basis for or be a basis for seizure or forfeiture of assets of the United States of America Republic laws for the persons 21 years or older, possessing, using, displaying, purchase, or transporting marijuana accessories or 1 ounce or less of marijuana. Now, check this out, family. When somebody is saying that, okay, marijuana has become legal in many states, but in the states where it's not legal and a brother or sister get caught up with marijuana, you feel me? And they start talking about, I am of the United States of America Republic. What you're doing is you're trying to usurp the laws of the land, and you can't get away from the laws of the land at this time. You just can't. Whether you call it occupation, whether you call it colonization, it doesn't matter. You cannot get away from the laws of the land. The laws of the land, it is what it is. We are born under the laws of the land, and so you need to learn how to work within the laws of the land. But the moment that you try to usurp the laws of the land, you asking for trouble. You are definitely asking for trouble, and they're going to give you the trouble that you want every single time. Even here, they look like they put together a bureau of motor vehicles, meaning that they are going to issue some tags, you follow me, and they're going to allow you to drive under the Moorish, I keep saying Moorish, United States of America Republic. But what happens when the European pull up on you and ask you for license, registration, and insurance? You have nothing to show them. And now, initially, they're going to let you go, like they did Brother Dexter Bay. And y'all may have seen the video. You know what I mean? When they Brother Dexter Bay, he gets pulled over, and the European talks to him, look at him, and the European confused, you know what I mean?
I mean, they don't know what he's displaying. So the European like, well, okay, you can go. But now what happens? Now what happens is the European is only letting you go for a second, because now he's going back to do his homework, and he's going to find out. See, when you live in these little royal country towns or little side street cities off the beaten path of major cities, you know what I mean? What happens is, you know, they're going to take notes. But now what is going on around the country, and I'm telling you, Moorish American Nationals, now what's going on around the country is they actually sharing intel, and they telling little hick towns and Barney Fife sheriffs what to look for. And not only what to look for, most of them got a shoot to kill order. I'm telling you, it is what it is. But the point that I'm trying to make, that the main point is that this is not Moorish Science Temple of America or the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teachings. This is the only reason I'm speaking on it. Again, I'm not making a mockery out of C. Cannon Bay, but I told him, I said, brother, you're going to keep on. We talked on the phone. I said, brother, this is a dangerous game. You're going to keep on. Them peoples, and I always use the term them peoples. You know what I mean? Them people's going to be coming at you, brother, because, and the reason why I said that is because, and I'm saying it, I don't have no apology when I say something that's real. When you put a mark on your back as being one who about to or appear to trying to overthrow the government, because that's what they see. See, what they see is that you're about to, or you're attempting to overthrow the government. And one of the things that you need to know, is a real charge that they really don't use at this time, but this is a real interest of FBI, and it's a real interest of CIA and many people that investigate this sovereign citizen or alternative Moorish information, if you will. One thing that they look for is sedition. One thing they look for basically on the internet, social media, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, whatever, they look for signs of sedition. What is sedition? Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali clearly states, we are not to speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group. This is why Prophet Noble Drew Ali clearly states, we are not to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government. I mean, clearly states it. You follow me? And not only that, we're not to speak what the prophet said. I'm going to read it to you real quick. I'm going to read it straight up to you. Let me read it straight up to you. It says, all members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are part and partial of the government and must live the life accordingly. Now, and in another one, Act 5, it says, this organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. In other words, if the government has a law that violates the 5 highest principles, then of course we ain't tripping off of that. But we are going to follow the 5 highest principles, and we are going to obey hereby, which means we are going to make sure that we're in order by the way of the divine constitution and bylaws. So here we go. We have a brother that say part and parcel. Brother, I will educate you in a moment. It's not parcel, it's partial. I will educate you in a moment if you give me a chance. If you stick around for about 5 minutes, you know what I mean? I will educate you in a moment.
Let me see if I can pull it up. And any questions I would take along the way. You know what I mean? Okay, he said parcel, bro. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. I got you 1 second. So I got him, Divine L. I got him, Divine L. Here he come. Okay. All right, so brother, here you go. I'm about to give you this. Many people didn't see this one. Before the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? Hey, what's going on? Before the Prophet Noble Drew Ali so beautifully changed the doctrine. And now I have every single one of them. I have every single one of the divine constitution and bylaws that was put out by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But this is one many people haven't seen. And if you have, then good. But if you, so this is one, as you can read the top, it says the Moorish, what does it say? Moorish Holy Temple of Science. This was before it was the divine constitution and bylaws. All right. All right. This was before it was the divine, the Moorish Science Temple of America, divine constitution and bylaws. And so Debe, or Dede, read it for yourself. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must preserve the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are part and partial of the government and must live the life accordingly. You follow me? Now, this is 30. Now, Debe, since you are so enlightened on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, what address is 3229 Indiana Avenue? Do you know that? What address is 3229 Indiana Avenue? We should have a Moorish trivial test, since everybody's so smart on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What address is that? Huh? Anybody know? No idea. No idea. That was actually the Prophet's residence. Fact. Divine L, you're right. Home office, brother. You're absolutely right. And so, but I even have an older one than that. You know what I'm saying? No, Tatras Bay Unity Hall is 3140. But I even have an older one than that, but I'm not going to dig. I even have an older one than that, but I don't have time to dig it up right now. But anyway, let's get back to C Cannon Bay. You know what? No, Debe. Let me explain something to Debe. Debe, what happened is this, brother. That's what brothers have been teaching. You feel what I'm saying? That's what brothers have been teaching. I was working today. I just came right in to get busy with y'all. But that's what brothers have been teaching. They have been teaching that it's been partial, and I've been cleaning that, parcel, and I've been cleaning that up for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? I've been cleaning that up for quite some time, and that's what we're here for. We're here to clean it up. We have to clean it up. But let me get back into the Moorish American National. So when we look at things such as this, family, when we look at things such as this right here, let me share this real quick. You begin to call yourself USAR, and then you reverse the flags, and now you're going to have a problem, because two things that you're doing. Your signs and symbols are basically appear to be trying to overthrow the Constitution and laws of the said government. That's what your signs and symbols appear to be. See, signs and symbols are for men to understand. When a European throw them signs and symbols up and put something out, he's speaking to a certain group of people. Now, when you throw yours out, he's actually paying attention to what you're saying. And what you're saying is you're basically trying to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government when you position your flags like this. That's just what you're saying. You don't have to believe me. It is what it is. But now, two things wrong. First of all, you do have the Moorish flag right here. But right here has nothing to do with Morocco, Moorish, or nothing. This was a made-up flag right here, this star. And then you begin to use this is on your website.
you know. And so now they know that you are a little bit off and confused, because again, this is not a Moorish flag, nor is it a Moroccan flag. This is an interlocking flag that people call Moorish. Has nothing to do with Moorish science, Temple of America. So let's go back to the website just real quick and look at some of the things that most likely they are looking at, you know. And if you claim to be a Moorish American national, they will be looking at you, you know, especially if you are organizing on the premise that you are here to overthrow the said government. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'm only quoting the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, that we are not here to overthrow the Constitution and laws of the said government, but to obey hereby. All right? I'm only quoting the Prophet. You know what I mean? And the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, once again, we are not to use. Hold up, let me stop. Let me show this one more time. Let me show this one more time for effect real quick. When you see signs and symbols again are for men of understanding. When you sit your flags like this, it speaks against Act 4. All members, while up making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group. When you put your flag in commanding or sovereign position, you're speaking radical, or you're using assertion against the American flag. Now, you can call Moorish American soft. You can call us what you want. I'm only following the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm not following myself. These teachers are the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. These are not my teachings. I only follow them. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. So when you put your flag in a sovereign position, and that doesn't mean only you, that's any country or any nationality that comes to this country. If they don't know flag protocol and they put their flags in the right direction, you asking for some drama. Now, if you know flag protocol, then you are blatantly making assertion against the American flag. That's just what it is. I mean, you don't got to get mad at me. I'm just telling you, flag protocol is what it is. I already did the show on the flags. I already did it, you know. So, hey, look, we call these sons revealers of the light. That's all I can tell you. I mean, we call these sons revealers of the light. You know what I mean? And that's how we basically, there are a number of temples that display their flags in that manner. Indeed. But we call these sons revealers of the light. Don't get mad at the revealer of the light. I mean, don't get mad at the revealer of the light. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali says we are not to use any assertion against the American flag. Now, the way you position your flags is assertion against, because you have put yourself in the sovereign position over top of the said government. You don't got to believe me. I mean, you don't got to believe me. I can show you fact after fact after fact, founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The facts founded on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But I'm going to tell you what, as my grandmother used to say, keep on living. You'll learn the hard way, because these are not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And the reason why a lot of these small groups are not successful in the way, or most groups are not successful in the way of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because some element of another is missing. Something is missing, you know. And so when we look at, let's get to it real quick. Let's go and examine this website, how you put a target on your back as a Moorish American national. The way you put a target on your back is, all you got to do, if you want a target on your back, first of all, organize.
all right? Organize under this Fugazi teaching and call yourself Moorish. See, they know the difference now between the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Moorish American Nationals. There's key words that you use. They got you. They understand. I mean, because we ain't got so you're giving out executive orders. Y'all see this? You're giving out executive orders, right? You're giving out executive orders. Let's read what his executive order is. You're giving out executive orders. Here we go. Y'all see this? Now, when you're giving out executive orders, what you're saying is that you got your flags in certain positions. And now you're saying that we are taking over. Now, you again may be playing Monopoly, but they watching you in real time. You think it's a game. You know what I'm saying? You putting up all of this. Man, listen, if you was a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, you would be a great asset. You would be a great asset because this is some really good presentations. But only presentation. The information is crazy. You know what I mean? So there you go. United States of America, Republic of Illinois, Providence of Illinois. Data collected by U.S. And then you begin to put out. Listen to this. Whereas the continued killing across America by law enforcement official of unarmed citizens shall be reviewed as an act of genocide. Law enforcement officers have too many advantages and resources at their disposal to ever have to kill anyone unarmed. Some of which being mace, nightstick, taser, most of all, radio available to call for assistance. Now listen, there's a place for all of this. You know what I'm saying? There's a place for all of this. This is where your civics supposed to take its root. These issues should be dealt with at the city council level, organizing 1,000 or more Moorish Americans on the block. And at the level of the local government level, when you organize enough people, the power is to the people. You don't have an internet campaign going on and thinking that you are going to change the conditions. An internet campaign will not change the conditions. So the brother said, you back talking about this and these people. Makeda L, absolutely. I'm back talking about these people. There is quite a few Moorish American channels on YouTube. You are more than welcome to keep it moving. But yeah, I'm talking about my brother C. Cannon Bay. I want everybody to know that our brother C. Cannon Bay has been taken into custody. And I don't know exactly what for, but I would like everybody maybe send him a card, a 99-cent card at the dollar store, let you know that you're thinking about him. Also, maybe if you have a few dollars, send him a few dollars, let him know that you're thinking about him, if that is possible. I am going to send him a card or something with some words of encouragement. I'm only using this this presentation to show you how we put crosshairs on our back. We put crosshairs on our back when we misrepresent the teachings of the Prophet Obadiah Ali. The Prophet Obadiah Ali was known to say that I bought you something you can't tear up, but it will tear you up. And so we have this sister here just getting out of jail. Just getting out of jail. This is the sister Sharon. And she's already talking about that she's going to do a class to nationalize Moors. Now, and I'm going to tell you something. Two things going to happen in this situation. She is clearly delusional as it relates to the teachings of Prophet Obadiah Ali and the Moorish Science Temple of America and the teachings thereof. Clearly delusional. Clearly. But now let me tell you something. once time go on, we'll be able to see if she then flipped the script and on the team of those people who choose to perpetuate these ideals to blur the lines of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Many of the people that out there that's talking this crazy sovereign citizen type information are really put there to blur the lines of the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. They really are. They're only there to make sure that you won't know what the true teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali look like. For real. And when you don't know what the true teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali looks like, you know what I mean? When you don't know what the true teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali look like, there's no way that you'll be able to follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, let me do like I do. And my brother Jonathan Davis, Islam, my brother Jonathan Davis. Now, let me do like I do on Moorish, like I do in class. I'm going to take some questions before I get out of here. Let me see. Let me get my voice demonstration up. And anybody want to call in, you definitely can call in, and we're gonna talk about it real quick. Let me get my number right. Okay. Let me get my number right. Here we go. I got to get my number right. Anybody want to call in? Talk to me. Talk to your bro. Talk to your bro. Talk to your bro. Talk to your bro. Yeah, let's talk to your bro, man. Talk to your bro, man. It's yeah, but my thing is, family, I want to like for instance, have anybody seen Mario Elbey? Have anybody seen Mario Elbey? Like, where is Mario Elbey? Nobody's saying anything. All those that are a part of the C. Cannon Bay group, nobody is talking right now. Why? Why isn't anybody talking? Because he went back and forth with quite a few people, or you don't think that it makes sense to let the public know what's going on? Why isn't anybody talking? You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like when your brother go missing in action, y'all don't have to get along all the time. You know what I mean? Like this brother here, this brother that do Moorish American 720. He haven't made a video in 2 months. That should jump out to us, to our people. Whoever that brother is, I don't know him. He came slick one time. You know what I mean? But hey, he ain't making no videos. Mario L. Bay, we don't see him making no videos. Where the brother at? Is he all right? Is all good? I mean, is he all right? What's going on? We should ask these questions when we know we have a digital community and people are not showing up as they normally show up. So we need to know where our people at. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? No, trying to figure out where our people are at. So here we go, family. Here we go. So anybody want to call in? Come on, call in. Holler at your brother. You call in right there. Also, I'm going to put it in the chat for you. I mean, holler at your brother. You mean, why Taj don't wear fez no more? Bro, you got to ask Taj that. I don't know. Now, you probably throw the fez off sometimes. You got to understand, Taj is like going on close to 80 years old. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I may ask his nephew soon. Me and him pretty cool. But listen, anybody who wish to call in, you definitely. There we go.
Call from
Joseph Solomon.
To accept, press 1.
Islam, my brother. Who are you? Where you calling from? Welcome to Moorish World TV. What's going on, big bro?
Islam, Joseph Solomon Bey, calling from ancient Israel, otherwise known as modern San Bernardino County.
California.
Islam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Now,
yes, sir.
I really need to address something because it's not enough of it going on, but it's a very serious issue, and it's pertaining to the English language being an equivocal language,
Right.
meaning that the words are dual based in deception. When we understand that, we take on the knowledge that becomes wisdom, that whether it's mathematics, science, astrology, history, everything is coded. And for the masses, they're just getting the version that makes sense. But only people really in societies and in temples and in more science that understand that it's a dual meaning. And in the case of the canon Moore, with putting the cannabis into his constitution, he needs to understand that cannabis, especially in the county I'm in, that actually represents us. See, they've put us under these different brands. So I think it's important that we understand how to decode the language, because we don't understand that it's a whole system that's set up. And if you don't understand the language, you'll think Trump is talking crazy, not understanding that he's really talking some real stuff.
Right. Right. So, brother, before we can get to decoding the language, we first, I hope you would agree that first we have to organize as a group of people, whether it's small and then large, or whether it just starts off large. But first we have to organize to get on the same page. Wouldn't that make sense?
Absolutely, brother. That's what we got to do. And it's important that, you see, we need more engineers in the movement. We need more thermal, nuclear, physics. We need to understand that a lot of these complicated titles that we think we can't actually master, it's actually not what we think it is. Like, nuclear warfare isn't what people think it is. It isn't a bomb just dropping and a bunch of radiation going everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's important that we understand that this is a lot of dogma on top of what they're really talking about. Like when they're talking about the South border and North Korea and all, and the Palestinians and Israel, it's closer to the home front than people really understand.
Okay.
And that's where I think a lot of Moors get confused. But I don't want to take up too much of your time. I had a question because I really value your opinion.
Indeed, brother. Come on.
With the 2020 census being in full effect, right? April 1st, 2020 is when it goes into effect. A lot of people think that's when the census starts, but it's actually being conducted now. With this limited knowledge and full circulation, do you have any advice to the younger Moors that have been subverted into all these different movements pertaining to how they should answer the citizenship question on the 2020 census and exactly how they should fill that out? With that being said, Islam to you and your family, blessings, and man, keep up the amazing work, and you truly are inspiration.
Indeed. I appreciate you, my brother. Indeed. Let me say this about the 2020 census. First of all, hold on.
Rude word.
Hold on one second, rude words. First of all, about the 2020 census, this is what I mean about organization. Prophet Obadiah Ali said, this organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America, this organization, in order to really respond to the 2020 census, first we have to really know who we are and how nationality works. You understand what I'm saying? And so before we go to the 2020 census, we should basically go to a temple of someone of competency, because the Prophet Obadiah Ali founded the movement in the temple. It is what it is. The temple is the base of understanding what nationality is. But now you do have to have a competent Grand Sheikh to teach what it's all about. Now, I will say this in real short breath. Prophet, when you know who you are,
the Prophet Noble Drew Ali say, you take the pen. In this in this context, in the context of which we're speaking, you write in who you are. You don't have to pick the multiple choice that they give you. You write in who you are. You follow me? And so if it's digital and it's not there, listen, I can't really do that because it doesn't represent me. You know, and now that's what the young Moors should be able to do. But now the point of the matter is that we should be doing it as an organized effort. That way, on the census, we can have us represented on the census. See, when we go willy-nilly, when we doing willy-nilly, everybody doing their own thing. One person say do it this way. One person say do it that way. One person say do it this way. You know what I mean? So you got Moors in California. I ain't doing no census. You got Moors on the East Coast. Well, if I do it, I'm writing white. You got the Moors on it. So that's a bunch of confusion. And so the thing is that we need to get with an organized group. But the thing with our people, we don't have enough patience to learn how the process works. And so unless you are with a functional, unless you are with a functional, productive, progressive, and competent Moorish Science Temple of America, the people are going to go every which way. On one, people going to say white. On another, they're going to say Moorish American. On another, they're going to say more American. On another, they're going to be writing in all types of stupid stuff. And at the end of the day, none of it will reflect us as a collective. And so we must organize as a collective so the census can reflect us as a collective. Period, point blank. That's just what it is. Brother Root Words, how you doing, my brother? Are you ready to act like you got some sense around here? Tell the people who you are, where you calling from. Let's go, brother.
Hey, what's going on? Islam, first off.
That's right, Islam.
The National Wars.
Islam.
I'll never come on nobody's show and nobody's place and be disrespectful. Never do that.
Brother, you be in my chat talking crazy.
Maybe it's just a different talk, not crazy.
All right. My bad, bro. So what's going on with you, bro? I got to unblock you.
No, I was just wondering, nothing, are we all Moors? Like even the Nationals, are we all still Moors?
Okay. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Now.
That's what, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, whether we follow the doctrine the way the first and the most beautiful MSTA started, we still Moors though, right?
Right. But the thing is that in order to be effective, we must be organized as a collective. You understand what I'm saying? We must be organized as a collective. The Moorish Science Temple of America is not just a religious organization. It's a civic organization. It's a religious society. You know, and so we must see, this is the part that people don't understand because they get caught up in seeing the demonstrations from the 501c3s or the demonstration from the Fugazi temples or the Fugazi people that represent or say they represent the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But in the true sense of the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you are a religious organization, a civic organization, and a religious corporation and a religious society. But you only going to learn that within the confines of a temple of a competent grand sheikh. Do you know what a religious society is? That's what the Amish people live in, a religious society. The Jewish people live in a religious society. And they are afforded certain things that regular everyday people are not afforded. Do you know what a religious corporation is? That it gives you the ability to create an economy as a collective. Do you know what a religious well, I was going to say, I said religious society, religious corporation, a civic organization represents understanding how we harness the power of our numbers. How we harness the power of our numbers. You know what I'm saying? From a civic perspective. Civics is not yelling on YouTube that the law say this and the law say that. No, real civics is on the ground. Real civics is being a collective and changing the political landscape of your local politics. You understand what I'm saying? But you wouldn't know that because I'm not saying you per se. Most people wouldn't know that because what they see represented as the Moorish Science Temple of America is only represented from the religious perspective.
But we of the Moorish Science Temple of the Noble Temples, we represent the religious perspective on Friday, but on Sunday, we go into the lessons, and during the week, we go further into the lessons of these civics. We go further into the lessons of this economy. You understand what I'm saying, root words? So we got to organize in order to be effective. I mean,
all I'm saying is the religion is great. Islamism is great. Even though that's not my 100% prescription, it's a better way of life than what I've been through.
Right.
But some of us take it from the bloodline, the national, and the, as long as you said that we all Moors, man, I love you, my Moor.
But the thing is, but we have to, but to be effective.
Hold on, no, I'm not trying to cut you off on your show, but hold on, you said we was all Moors. I love you, Moor.
Islam, I love you too, Moor, but let me say this, beyond love, in order to be effective, if you love me and I love you, in order to be effective as a collective, we must organize together. You can't be a Moor over there and I'm a Moorish American over here. No, we got to organize as a collective to be effective. See, let me tell you something. You got the Hollywood Jew and you got the full practicing European Jew. They are organized as a collective. You see, the Hollywood Jew makes the dirty, filthy movies. The Hollywood Jew take your culture, usurp it, and put it on the big screen. The full practicing Orthodox Jew, he wears the yarmulke, he wears the little curly cues coming down the side of his face, he wears the big hat. But guess what? They are organized as a collective for the greater good of the whole. You follow what I'm saying? See,
I'm just glad that you always use. I always say, listen, never scared. It's a great build. I just think that the MSTA just more for the religious side, and us is more for the national side. I have love for just people to unite.
But that's where you're wrong. I love you more. But more, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. You just said, I think that the Moorish Science Temple of America is more for the religious side. That's where you're wrong.
That's what you said, though, brother.
No.
I'm not going to, because I've never been inside it, so I'm not. No. What you just said.
No, what I said is, it's a religious corporation. It's a religious corporation which gives you the ability to create an economy. Corporation, corporate, to create an economy, a collective economy. It's a religious society that gives you the ability to create laws to affect the greater whole society. It's a civic organization that gives you the power to influence the local politics of your local area as a collective. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, because you think that the Moorish Science Temple of America is strictly predicated upon religion as you've seen it on YouTube or as people have told you about, that's not true. It's so much more than that. But when we talk about religion, we're talking about a way of life. When we talk about Islamism, we're talking about way of life. When we talk about Islamism and the Moorish Science Temple of America Noble Temples, ultimately we're talking about getting some money, creating an economy. When we talk about religion and the noble temples of the Moorish Science Temple of America, whom I'm the national representative, we're talking about how we can build our community for us, by us, and create an economy that is circulated by us. And that's religion. See, we have been tricked to believe that religion is hooping and hollering about Allah, hooping and hollering about Prophet Obadiah Ali, hooping and hollering about Muhammad, Jesus, and hooping and hollering over the podium at the rostrum. But that is not real religion. Real religion encompasses everything. You understand what I'm saying, brother? So the thing is, brother, at some point, you may have to empty your cup and understand that the Moorish Science Temple of America covers every aspect of life. Economy, economics, the way that you eat, the way that you deal with your family, the way you deal with your neighbors, the way you deal with politics, the way you deal with everything in life. But if you think that the Moorish Science Temple of America is trapped into a box of a Circle 7 as a book or a pamphlet, then, brother, you're mistaken. Because within that book, in that pamphlet, has the directives to function in every aspect of life, brother. every aspect of life. It's a chapter in there called
I just know when I see you and I see anybody in the past, I'm gonna say that's my Moor. I just hope they look at me the same, man. You're a great teacher, man. Islam, bro, this is a great deal.
Indeed, my brother. Peace and love. Anybody else try to call in, call in. I love you, Root Words. I'm gonna unblock you.
Islam, bro.
So that's my brother Root Words, right? I had to block my brother because he be coming in the chat, man. He be going real hard. But like he said, you know, it might be because the way that I'm reading it from the chat. So anybody else, y'all can come on in. What's the temple demonstrating on economics for the people? Let me get you on the phone, brother. Call in, because I want a specific question. Hasham El, call in, brother. Call in, brother. Again, family, while I wait on my brother to call in, like I said, I will want y'all to support my brother C. Cannon Bay. Noble Temples are going to send a card of inspiration and see if the brother good. If we can, you know, give the brother some inspiration. We ain't got no lawyers at this time, but at least we can send the brother a card or something. Okay, let me get this real quick.
Call from
GL.
Islam, peace and love. Let me know who you are, where you calling from. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Moorish TV.
Islam, peace and love. This is GL.
Islam, where you coming from, sis?
I'm calling from New York City.
New York City. Talk to me, sis. What the deal is?
Okay. I've been watching your videos for a while, and I hear you mentioning the civics.
Right.
You know,
right.
I'm a national war. You know,
okay.
It looks like you're coming around a little bit. I'm not gonna put you in the same box with the other temples because there's a lot of up and coming temples that are realizing. I just wanted to put a little bit of input on the national side. When you say about the government. What Moors need to realize is that the government that we granted for the Europeans to operate, the Constitution, is a commerce license. That's what it is. And then the great meeting is on those acts in the back are in compliance with the national Constitution.
Okay.
Now, in 1861, the modern Europeans overthrew the government, which was the Republic. So the United States of America Republic that was granted to them no longer exists, okay? They're operating under a democracy platform. Democracy is not mentioned one time in our Constitution. So what we need to realize and understand is we are definitely under occupation. And yes, they do have their military forces and all of these things. And furthermore, they cannot make law. They make statutes, codes, and policies, which are all unlawful. Now, I understand in a time that the Honorable Noble Prophet Drew Ali was in this manifestation of life, he was trying to operate in a certain way, okay? Because he understood the military operation that the Europeans used, and they used these military occupational forms of military force of tactics internationally. It's not only here, but what the other nations are now doing is standing up, okay, against it, because these modern Europeans don't abide by law. Now, you are so correct when you say that we have to organize collectively as a people, okay? Although I am a national and I give all honors and respect to Tash Tariq, okay, for his great teaching. But a lot of Moors are getting hurt, you know, out here trying to do this and that. And the reason for that is because the modern Europeans do not comply by law. They are operating under their unlawful, unconstitutional policies, statutes, and and codes. Okay? So you're going in the right direction, that we have to organize as a nation of people collectively. We have to know our Constitution. We have to know the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, the Articles of Confederation, and a Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples that Obama signed in 2010. Okay, all of these things are going to get us our resources and everything. I do agree. We shouldn't be out here one by one trying to enforce these laws against a lawless. They're not government. Okay, don't call them government. Okay, they are occupying force that have ammunition to enforce their will. That's what they are using. So we will definitely be better off to learn the laws of our land. Okay, and before we go out there and try to enforce these laws, the most important thing that we can do as a people, as a nation, is to make sure that this word is spread from the north to the south, to the east, to the west, that we are all Moors. Saturate that and let the people take the time to study what the prophet brought to us, the laws that we need to comply by, and then we won't have to be fighting them one by one. We could go take them to the International World Court and charge them for violating our human rights and denying us of our nationality. And we could establish at world court that this is our sovereign homeland. And once we charge them in world court, we will have the protection of ammunition, okay? Because that's what they're using against us. And then we could do trade deals with China and the Arabs and the other nations of the world, okay? Thank you for answering my call. And I just hope that you Moors will understand the difference between sovereign citizens and national. National goes with nation. And I wish that you all would do more content on something else other than trying to tear down the Grand Sheik Taj Tariq Bey. You know, use your platform to promote what you guys want to do and how you're moving forward to the nation, because let the people decide what they're going to do. All of this tearing down one another, it really has to stop. You know, I earned my freedom. I'm living free on my ancestors' land, thanks to Taj Tariq Bey, Raz Bey, and the National Moors. You know, I still have to operate under their Federal Reserve note, but I get that granted from them. I no longer have to go out there and work. But I did have a battle for 3 years, and I did go through some suffering. And so that's why I don't recommend that the people try to do this on their own. I do agree with you. We have to come to a like mind and come together as a collective, as a people, and do this together. But never leave the civics out. The civics is our savior. Peace and love, brother. Thanks for answering my call.
Peace and love. But sister, I gotta respond to you now. You said a whole lot. It's love. Now the sister said a whole lot. And I will respond real quick. Again, hold on one second. Now the sister said a whole lot, but I will respond. Brother, do you think the prophet wanted us to remain under Roman law? I'm about to read something to you. First of all, there is a document called The Prophet Makes a Plea to the Nation. And in this document, the prophet explains our position. And he explains our position clearly. You feel me? And now I'm going to pull that up in a minute. But first, before I pull that up, let's deal with the friendship and treaty demonstration. Now, I'm going to try to pull that up real quick too. Okay, here we go. Now, here we go. First of all, when we look at a treaty, in particular, the Treaty of Friendship and Peace, first of all, we got to understand that that treaty was a treaty for two states. And when I mean two states, we're talking about the government of the United States and the Moroccan state, the country by the Sultan. Now, in order for you to benefit from that treaty, you would have to be a Moroccan national. That's number one. Because that treaty, I have it right here, that treaty was established in 1777 in December. I got it on the screen right now. The Moroccan Sultan Mohammed III included the United States of America in a list of countries to which Morocco ports were open. Morocco thus became the first country whose head of state, we're talking about a collective country, we're talking about a legal, legitimate country, publicly recognized the newly independent United States. Relations were formed with Moroccan American Treaty. Now let's be clear. Moroccan American Treaty. In order for you to benefit from that treaty, you would have to prove your Moroccan citizenship.
We are
No.
Moroccan. We are the ones that granted them the Constitution for the United States of America.
I don't want to.
We are the ones that granted them that treaty.
So what I'm saying to you, no.
They are in violation of the Constitution for the United States of America, Republic, not democracy, and they are also in violation of.
Hold up, sis. Let me finish.
So what
we can end it. We can end this conversation right now. Show me your Moroccan citizenship.
I have a national ID card.
No.
101. Why are we Moors? Because we are descendants of Morocco.
Okay, now let me.
Aren't we?
Yes, descendants. Let me tell you something. Descendants of Moroccans doesn't make you a Moroccan national.
Yes. Now, Moroccan.
Listen to me. We're the Moroccan nationals at the time.
Brother, that's why you have to do your.
I'm telling you right now, in 1770, sister.
This is very violent. Are you saying we did not grant them the Constitution?
What I'm telling you,
United States of America Republic.
What I'm asking you, if we granted them the Constitution, show me where I can find that meeting taking place.
You could go to RV Publications and order it.
No.
There's a whole booklet. It's a booklet. And it has all the treaties in it, and it has the Constitution in it. It has the letter of the ninth appointed President George Washington in it. You could do your study. This is known in the international world. Why do you think Barack Obama himself went to Egypt?
Okay,
why did Michelle Obama go to Spain?
Okay.
Why they posted? I got it posted on my Facebook.
Listen, let me.
With our Moroccan flag behind us.
Sister, that was Photoshop. That was Photoshop. That was Photoshop, sis. That was Photoshop. That was Photoshopped. Okay.
That is not Photoshop, brother. This is what. See, when you're harded and you don't know the international law, only law itself is going to get us out of the predicament.
Okay. Let me say this, sis. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to go back and forth, but I want to say this, sis. First of all, I need you to show me where this meeting took place. You can email me right now at tahakabay@yahoo.com.
I'm going to turn on my light because I have my notebook of notes.
Okay,
right.
Email it to me. But now let me say this because I want to answer another question real quick from a brother. Now, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes something plain. Now, the brothers say we descendants of Moroccans. Doesn't that make us Moroccan? According to the teaching, let me finish. Let me finish. According to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he asked the question. Then the question is very simple. What is his nationality? Moorish American. When somebody come here from Morocco, their nationality, if they become a citizen, is Moroccan American. But
that Morocco over there is only a kingdom.
Let me finish, sis. Let me finish. Sister, you cut me off. You're cutting me off. You're cutting me off. Give me the proof. Hold up first, sis. Before you go any further, I need you to give me the information on the meeting that took place that you talked about. Then we can go. Then we can move next. But now,
give me a second. I got
all right,
right
but
here.
don't cut me off. Don't. All right, let me finish this. Now, when somebody comes to the United States from Morocco, their nationality, if they proclaim their nationality and go through naturalization process, their nationality becomes Moroccan American. Now, sister, you are cutting me off again. Sister, you are cutting. Sister, you are cutting me off again. Sister, you're
talking about the.
Gotta stop. You cut me off. I didn't cut you off. Now, but when we of the Moorish Temple of America proclaim our nationality, we don't proclaim Moroccan American. Why? But you have to study the prophet to understand why. There's a big difference between a Moroccan American and a Moorish American. I mean, clearly it's a big difference. Islam.
Islam, why did you hang up?
Sister, you can't cut me off. I listened to you for 5 minutes. And as soon as I get to listen, you can't cut me off. I'll be quiet and let you talk.
What you have to say, but I have the information.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, first of all, when Moroccans come to the country like French Montana, I mean, Ishmael Bey think like I think. When French Montana come to this country, if he becomes a citizen, his name, national name or national identity becomes Moroccan American. And he is protected under two governments, the Moroccan government as well as the United States government. But our situation is quite different. Now, if we were Moroccans in the sense of being a national, why did slavery go on for so long and not one Moroccan representative come to do anything to stop the slavery? That's number one. Number two, the Treaty for Friendship and Peace represents the subject under the rule of the Sultan of Morocco. That's it. No, so the brothers say, so we are not descendants. Yes, we are descendants of Moroccans and born in American, but Moroccan is not our nationality. It's not our nationality because if it was, then as I showed you in the questionnaire, Prophet Noble Drew Ali would not use the terminology. And he's clear and he's bold in doing it. He would not use the terminology. What is his nationality? Moorish American. What is your nationality? Moorish American. And he goes along. Why are we Moorish Americans? Because we are descendants of Moroccans and born in America. Now, he could have said that we are Moroccans, but he did not say that. And so in order to understand the complex answer that was given to us by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because obviously it must be complex, I'm telling you that you need to figure out the equation. How did he arrive at that? as opposed to say we're not that. How did?
Okay, he used that. He used that, but when you are Moor, you could say I'm Al Moroccan. I'm Moroccan. I'm Moor. I'm Moor with M-U-U-R. It's many ways that you could say that.
Hey, sister,
okay?
I agree with that. Listen to me.
Understood internationally.
Listen to
now,
me.
You want to know where was that treaty?
Yeah, hold up, sis. I agree with you on that. What I'm telling you is that that's not the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's what I'm telling you.
That is the international teachers. He just picked one specific word to say Moorish, and then you said, why did Morocco, that's the kingdom over there. Why didn't they come and do anything when we were under slavery, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, you have to understand, we were only ripped and stripped of our nationality and land by the modern Europeans. The Arabs also were doing things and everything in Africa. And then you have to understand too, that on this land over here, North America, and in the Americas, it wasn't only the modern Europeans. See, the modern Europeans came over here as slaves by the Britomores. The Britomores sent them over here, and they were slaves when they came over here. But us Moors, have to realize the fact too that we participated in slavery. We are the originators of slavery.
That's a different conversation.
The modern Europeans.
That's a
so it was a lot. Right. If you ask the question of
that's
why,
a different conversation.
Another question that could be asked of why did some of the Moors, okay, shake hand in hand with the modern Europeans and want
that's a different conversation, sister.
Right, but I'm just answering
sister.
Your question. At that time, slavery was the order of the day, not just with the modern Europeans, with the Moors also, with the Africans also, with the Arabs also. So don't just focus on the modern Europeans. We need to look at what we did wrong.
But hold up. That's another conversation, sis. That's another conversation. That's another conversation. Okay. The conversation that I'm having right now.
Why they did not come.
Sister.
Because everybody was living in their lower self.
I agree with that. But sister, the conversation that we are having, we're getting off track now. The conversation that we're having, number one, what is your nationality? Let's clear that up right now. What is your nationality?
I'm a Moorish American national.
Okay.
In accordance with the noble prophet Drew Ali.
But sister, the prophet, stop. Can we stop? Can we stop? Sis, you got to stop. Sis, hold up. The prophet never used the term Moorish American national. Never. Never, ever, ever. Never. So you can't put that on the prophet. He never used that term.
Moorish American, what are you?
I am a Moorish American, but the prophet never used that term.
What is the nationality of, what is a nation? And what is your nationality?
What I'm saying, you can say what you want, but the prophet never used that term. Can you agree with that?
What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Moorish American. What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Exactly. You are a Moorish American.
Okay.
You could say I'm Moroccan.
I can't say that. Sister, I can't say that.
They want me my freedom, and I'm living for free on my land right now.
Okay.
So when you deal with the sin and rich to the modern Europeans that's occupying our land, they understand that clearly.
Sister.
Why don't we understand
only thing I'm asking you is one thing. Did the prophet ever use the term Moorish American national? That's a yes or no question. That ain't what I asked you, sis. One question. No, we're gonna sister, we're gonna get to the national part in a minute. But I'm asking one question.
Is the Chinese a national of China?
Brother, I'm asking you one question.
I'm a sister. Can't you hear?
I'm sorry. My apology. You combative like a brother. My bad. Brothers usually combative like this. But sister, listen to what I'm saying. Let's get by one thing first, and then we deal with the national second. First of all, did the prophet ever use the term Moorish American national?
He didn't have to add national because
Okay.
you are Moorish American.
Okay.
You are
All right.
national of America.
Okay. If he didn't add national, why are you adding national?
Because that's international law. This is what I'm trying to get you
now.
to
Let me.
understand.
Okay. Now.
World court,
Okay.
You go before the Chinese that know their nationality, the Nigerians that know their nationality, the Arabs from Pakistan that know their nationality.
Okay, sis.
You have to know
I
your
get
nationality, brother.
I get you. I get you, sis. Listen to what I'm saying. The prophet never used the term Moorish American National. That's clear. Now, for you to say that you are a Moorish American National, let me give you an example. You have an American national. You have a Nigerian national. You have a Moroccan national. To be a national is to be indicative of a government that qualifies that national. So American national is one who is under the government of the United States of America. A Nigerian national is one who is under the government of Nigeria. So to be a Moorish American national, I need to know who's your president and what government are you under.
Our government is piece by piece standard. I'm not no national of the United States.
Okay, so listen. Do you understand?
You could Google that.
Okay, listen to me. That's another conversation. Sister, that's another. You're avoiding. That's another conversation.
Okay.
That's another conversation.
I am an American national.
Okay.
Okay. If I'm in front of the world court, I am a national. And how could I be under the modern Europeans when my ancestors granted them the right to be on this land? So how could I ever be under them on my land?
Sister.
I am the host of my land, not the modern Europeans. They are here by the commerce license, which is the Constitution for the United States of America.
Okay. All right, stop there. Sis, stop there. Can you show me this license you keep talking about?
The Constitution for the United States of America Republic is a commerce license that was granted to the modern Europeans.
Can you show me?
That granted to them. It was granted to them because the Brits and Moors sent them over.
Can you show that to me, sister? Sister, there's no need to keep talking. Where can I find this meeting that took place that the commerce license was given from the Brits and Moors to these people? Where can I find it?
It wasn't given from the Brits and Moors. It was given from our ancestors, from the Sultan Muhammad. Okay? That's where it was given from. We granted them that.
Okay, I need to know when this happened. Sister.
You can look it up.
No. I need you to show me.
You can Google it.
Sister.
And it'll pop up in Google.
Sister.
That's the benefit of Google.
Sister. Anything that I say, I'm going to prove. I'm not going to tell you to Google it. I'm going to have it ready for you. And so if you can direct me to it, I will pull it up. You can put it in the chat. Put the link in the chat.
Well, I told you to go to RD Bay Publication and order the book. It's not going to cost no more than $10.
I'm going to order. Sister,
the name of the book.
Sister, this is history.
Treaty of Peace and Friendship, the Constitution for the United States.
All right, sister. I got to move on. Let me move on, sis, because I'm not ordering nothing.
Let me answer the treaty question. I have that right here. A Treaty of Peace and Friendship was established under the authority of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the Sultan of Morocco, and sealed by his royal seal in the court of Morocco in the year of 1199, corresponding to 1786.
Yes, sis, that's what I just read too.
The treaty was ratified by President Arthur St. Clair, President of the United States Republic, in the year 1787 AD. That was the question that you asked me.
Sister.
Okay.
Sister, I gotta go, but sister, that is an error. And I'm about to read something from the prophet.
That is not an error.
Okay,
Islam, sis. Law.
Okay.
So lay back on the Grand Sheikh Tash Tariq Bay and
Okay.
do your thing.
Islam.
And come back with some real law.
Okay.
Islam.
So apparently, as you know, the sister has not studied the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. What I'm going to do for you right now, as I begin to close in on this demonstration, what I'm going to do to you right now, and I'm going to let you see for yourself. The questions was coming down so fast. I missed some questions, and brother, if y'all nationals are in here and I miss some of those questions, my apology. I'm not avoiding any questions, but it is what it is. First of all, I want y'all to listen to the words of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because I'm about to go into the words of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali right now. These are his words, not mine. It says, the citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family bearing one free national name. Those who fail to recognize the free national name, and he says the free national name of their constitutional government, are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names, Negro, black, and colored, and abuses and mistreatments, shot by the police, all that the citizens care to bestow upon them. And it is the sin for any group of people to violate the national constitution, the national constitutional laws of a free national government. What constitutional laws is the prophet referring to? It's all we got to look at. See, you got to understand, you got to try to figure out how the prophet got to this equation in order to understand the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. How did he arrive at this equation? Now let's read the equation. It says, and cling to name and principles that delude to slavery. Now here's the prophet. I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah, not Taj Tariq prepared. The prophet was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers, divine and national principles, that they will be law abiders and receive their divine rights as citizens. Right? Now, Robert Knight, I follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And anybody that's saying that they follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, they must be in line with the teachings. You cannot say and quote Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You cannot say, quote, in line Prophet Noble Drew Ali if you don't follow the teachings. According to the free national constitution that was prepared for all free national beings, they are to claim their own free national name and religion. There is but one issue. 1 second. Let me get this brother real quick. Let me get this person. Give me 1 second, because I'm going to finish reading this. Stop.
Jonathan Davis.
Islam, Brother Jonathan. Thanks for calling in. Give me 1 second. I'm going to finish reading this real quick. Let me finish reading. Let me finish reading this real quick, and I'm going to read it slow so they can really understand what the prophet is saying. So it says that there is but one issue, not five. There is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government. What government is he talking about? By this government. And of the earth. And it comes through your connection to the Moorish National and Divine Movement, which is incorporated in this government. You understand? Incorporated in this government. And is recognized by all nations of the world. And through it, they and their children can receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens, that they can cast a free national ballot. That is the ballot of the presidency, a free national ballot. National represents the nation, represents the borders of the United States. That's why when someone said that they are Moorish American National, you need to show me your president. You need to show me your constitution. You need to show me your borders. Because national represents a certain demographics as it relates to borders. Free national ballot at the polls under the free national constitution. I mean, of the state's government, and not under a granted privilege that have been existing in condition for many ages. Now, listen to this. Now, this is the kicker, and then I'm going to get to Brother Jonathan. Prophet Noble Ali says, I love my people, and I desire, let me stop it and re-share it again, because I want to make sure you get this. I want you to see this. Prophet Noble Ali says, I love my people, and I desire their unity and mind back to their own national and divine standard. Because day by day, they have been violating the national and constitutional laws of their government. Huh? You hear what this say? Now, this is what really knocks it out the park. They are violating the national and constitutional laws of their government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. If Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are forced to proclaim their free national name and religion before the constitutional government of what? The United States of America, it is only more than right that the law be enforced upon all other American citizens alike. He's calling you a citizen. And this is where they say we must enforce the Constitution. Didn't the prophet say that? No, not in the way that you're saying it. Enforcing the Constitution means abide by it and make sure that nobody violate your abiding by this principle of proclaiming your nationality. It says no. It's no more than right that the law be enforced upon all American citizens alike. In all other governments, when a man is born and raised there and asks for his national descent name, as would be Moorish, and fails to give it, he is misused, imprisoned, and exiled. Right? Any group of people that fails to answer up to the constitutional standards of law, you don't study law. The constitutional standard by law by name and principle. You see, because to be a citizen of any government, you must claim your national descent name because they place their trust upon issues and names formed by their forefathers. Your national descent name is not Moroccan. It's Moorish. All right? Now, I'm going to leave it at that for now and let my brother Jonathan have a word, and then I'll go back to that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Brother Jonathan, are you there, brother?
Peace, family. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you well, brother.
All right, cool. So, yeah, man, I get what the sister was trying to say, but, you know, some of the stuff really doesn't add up. And as you said, like, her whole argument doesn't make sense. And this is what happens when you become indoctrinated by foolishness. Like, people are just reading things and just going with how they feel about the situation and saying, okay, well, listen, this sounds good. So like, I'm going to put this on me. And that's why she has the, what you call it, disconnect. It's sad, but I mean, this stuff is really simple. It's really basic. Everybody that comes to this country for a reason. And they group together and they unify and they start at what you call it, the county level. And then once they go from the county level, they go to the city. Once they go from the city, the state, once they go from the state, then they go on for the presidency. This is just basic. Everybody that comes to this country does that. This is the reason why some cultures have what they have. It's not because they're up here just sending these people paperwork. Like, listen, man, like, you know, like, you're like, do the Chinese come to America and say, listen, I'm going to send off paperwork? Do the Arabs come to this country and say, listen, we're going to send off paperwork? Even the Europeans don't come to this country and send off paperwork. The first thing they do, they establish some type of business that's going to keep money flowing into their community so that they can focus that energy into political endeavors. Just basic. This is just stuff that you can find on the internet. Just like she was saying, Google, this is just basic stuff. So for us as a people to be on YouTube debating with each other and not even saying, well, listen, you know, let's come together and let's offer a product or service. Like, we have so many things within our community. We have rap culture. We have, in Ebonics, we have the so-called conscious community, right? Like, we could channel all that into something where we can go down to our local government and say, listen, y'all gonna stop killing us, and listen, you have to have 50,000 female black officers and female black men in the community that are going to police us. You just can't have these Europeans in our community.
Facts.
This is real simple.
Facts.
This is what the Jews do. I'm not making this shit up. Like,
I'm with you. I see it every day.
You go to Brooklyn, you'll go to parts of Brooklyn where you can't even, it's a gated community.
Bro, it's the same thing in Baltimore, bro. Bro, let me tell you something.
You can't even.
A brother walks through a Jewish community. They call it Jewtown in Baltimore. They got these little Prius riding through there, patrolling their own community. A brother walked through there, trying to cut through there to get home from school. He lived in the hood, Park Heights, the Jewish community in Upper Park Heights. Man, they beat this brother down, and then they went to court and basically, their brother is the judge.
Yes, it's like this is literally the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, their brother is the judge.
We playing Game of Thrones, and we just playing with sticks and pebbles. These people are playing with knives, real tangible things that they're actually using to get what they want, and we come up there with paperwork. Like, it's real simple. We have a community. We have resources within our. Listen, we made Black Panther go something billion in a day.
Exactly.
And if you factor that in, like, it costs what, $15 to see a movie out here. If every one of us put $15 into our own, territory, like they like to call, we would have what we want.
Exactly.
But for some reason, nobody wants to go and, like, they talk all this stuff like Taj Bay talking. Like, why isn't Taj running for some type of office? You have the numbers.
Like,
all you lunatics can vote for this cat. You can put him into a loke and see what he does. It'll be too much pressure for him. He's gonna fold because that's real power. That's real power where you can actually affect some type of change. But he don't want to do that. He want to sit on YouTube talking that nonsense that gets people locked up every day. Eventually, you're going to get enough people locked up, and they're going to come see you.
Absolutely.
Like, it's bananas. Like, it's just science. If I get too many people locked up, they're going to be in the system. They're going to come and ask me why it doesn't work, and then my ass is going to be on the line. Like, it's simple math.
Brother, let me tell you something.
You would master Mason like
my brother Sonny Boxing talk. He asked, will Taj come on the channel? We need to get to the root of the problem. Brother, let me tell you something. I've had 2 meetings with Taj last winter in December, if I'm not mistaken. And we was trying to plan a town hall meeting. And the whole meeting, I was trying to really share with the brother the true teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But the meeting kind of got a little bit off track because the brother is really adamant about what he teaches. Like he doesn't even, he could read just like what I just read, but he's just waiting to express his understanding of what need to be taught. And so I even said to him, I said, brother, a lot of what you teach could be effective if we organize people and move on it, in the sense of what Brother Jonathan just said. And he looked me in my face and said to me, we don't need to organize, we need to teach the babies. I said, that's an emotional heartstring right there. We need to teach the babies. And I said, no, brother, we need to organize and make our plight known before the people within a collective. Like with the audience I have on Moorish World TV and the audience that you command, which is bigger than mine, all we have to do is say, in this city, we're going to move on this meeting at City Hall in order to affect change. On this day, they're voting on this. I need everybody to go in. I said, we just need to organize. He said, no, we need to teach the babies, the babies. I said, okay.
Listen,
There's nothing I could do.
If they really wanted to have a right to travel, you know that there are states that are bust wide open. The state, you know, like what you call it, which state? The state of Arizona. They have one of the laxest gun laws within the country. People go to the state of Arizona just to get their pistol permit and transfer it over to another state. So that state, if you had the numbers, you literally could control a state.
Hey, bro,
that's what politics is.
Hey, brother.
Politics is having the numbers to control a state. If you can't control a state, you can possibly control more than one state. If you control possibly more than one state, you dictate who's in the White House. This is just basic logic.
Brother, listen to this. And the places where we are the most, and the places where we are the most, if you will, inner cities, put it that way. The downtrodden. I mean, the downtrodden, brother, all it would take is one brother to organize the downtrodden and could take over almost any inner city.
Because you can take over a block.
Yeah,
all you got to do is go down to City Hall and say, listen, I want to close this block down. And if you have a number of people within that block that agree with you, the block gets closed down. You can have a block party like every freaking week.
Absolutely, brother.
Literally.
Brother, I just went and got me a permit because I got something coming up here in Baltimore soon. Oh, so let me answer this question. Brother say, why hasn't any Grand Sheik run for any office? Mr. Al, I got to give it to you 100. Most Grand Sheiks that I know do not practice the civics as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I got to be quite honest with you. They really don't. Brother, I really just broke out because of the reason that I just gave you. That it's time for us to step out and do it the way that the Prophet did it. So to answer your question, why hasn't any Grand Sheiks run for any office? First of all, many of them, and I can't say all of them, I can only say many of them may not know political game. Many of them are stuck in the temple. You know, many of them, they can't, like many Grand Sheiks, I'm going to keep it 100, I'm going to keep it a buck. Many Grand Sheiks may not be able to relate with people outside of the temple because they have been singing to the choir for so long. That's just real. You know, that's why in our group of Moors that we're moving with, we try to push the influential. You know what I mean? We try to push the influential to the forefront. So if the brother he said, if you don't know it, why will you not do it? Oh, brother, it's coming. It's coming. We have just organized within the last year. So it's coming, brother. So we have influential people in the Moorish Science Temple of America, Noble Temples. And you are going to see more and more and more. But you got to understand that you have to organize the regular people. In the Prophet Noble Drew Ali way, it wasn't just the Moors that moved in one direction. It was any and everybody who was affected by the oppression that was dealt to us by the oppressor.
And so those who felt the oppression moved with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So therefore, that's how our program is about to hit the ground, called the accountability. The Political Alliance for Political Accountability. Whereas though we get any and everybody that has been affected by the oppression to move as a unit and put us in positions of power around the country wherever there's a noble temple. So we are moving on it. But you got to understand that I just jumped out of the fold of hurry up and wait. I was told hurry up and wait too. Yeah. So with that, anything else you want to say, Brother Jonathan?
Listen, yo, it's hard to, just keep coming with the logical, knowledge. I mean, people love to bring up the Constitution, but they don't want to talk about the legislative body. Exactly. The legislative body creates the laws. If you read the Constitution, it tells you that the legislative body creates the laws. And people talk about the Second Amendment. If you look at the Second Amendment, it says a well-regulated militia. So that's talking about regulations to the militia, a well-regulated militia. So people have all these arguments and don't really read the body of, what they're reading. They're just coming out of here just because Taj Tariq Bey said something and, RV Bey says something. It's just like, I was in the minister telling me that, listen, a European man is going to come out the sky and save me if I kneel down on my knees every day and pray. That's exactly what it is. So you have bumped Taj Tariq Bey and these cats at the RV Bey publication up to a point where you're taking knowledge from them that they don't even practice themselves. They have license plates. They have license. I see it for myself. When I was going to RV Bey publication and Roz Mariah would leave out, she would leave out and she would get in her car and her car had plates on it. So I don't know why these people seem to think that they don't got to drive with license. I mean, people have been doing it and have been getting arrested. Y'all been saying that y'all going to be stopping this. Oh yeah, next year. 1 year it was like, oh yeah, if you get indexed, in my nation, all this going to stop. The guy that was talking about index got locked up. Then you got these cats that talk about these cats own America. They're the freaking Mexican Moor Empire. People still getting killed left and right. You never see them at no, at nothing. Stuff pop off. You don't see these Moors. You never see them when stuff really hits the fan. They always there talking in the background. Yeah, that's what happened. This took place, but we never see you guys there. Never. So it's either y'all really get up in this movement and practice what you preach. Like if you want to bang, go out and bang. Like if that's what you're doing, but don't tell people to go out and bang. Meanwhile, you sitting at home on your mother's couch, not doing a goddamn thing. You got a pension coming to you. You got a driver's license. You paying a mortgage. People that paying a mortgage, but you telling people on freaking social media don't freaking pay mortgages, fight it, and then they lose their house. And now they're living on the street. Now you don't have any, thing to tell these people. But, you filed the paperwork the wrong way. Really? Somebody just lost their house and just lost their freaking children. And you telling me I filed my paperwork the wrong way? After I listened to you on YouTube rant and rave about this stuff ain't real and I actually built the real? Like, yo, come on, man. People's going to come see you eventually. Yeah. You're not just gonna keep making people homeless and everybody's just gonna sit there and say, well, I filed the paperwork wrong. Yeah, you're gonna catch the real one and you're gonna get got because people don't want to be in an effed up situation. And this is just a warning to those people. Please stop it. Because there's people out there that lives have been changed dramatically, and those people, they don't have the same sentiments that I do. They don't care. They want to see you laid out on the street. And those are the people that are going to come and get you, not me. I'm not the one because I really don't care what y'all do. But the people that y'all telling to do stuff, do this crazy stuff, some of them are bangers, some of them have been in the hood, and some of them are going to come to their senses and say, listen, this was a crock of law. And when it happens, shit's going to hit the fan and it's not going to be what you like. I mean, so you can perpetrate the fraud if you want, but it's not going to work out for you. So
facts.
I mean, with that being said, please stop the foolishness. This stuff is really simple. Every culture that comes to America does the same exact thing. They start a business, they use those funds from the business to funnel their political agendas, and that's why they are where they are today, because they have some type of political capital, and they use that political capital to let people know, if you F with one of our people, we're going to follow up with this. We, in the so-called Black community, in the Moorish community, we don't have that. People killing us left and right, and no one, Tariq Bey, all these people is not at the level telling these people all this foolishness. They're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram saying this stuff, and they like to get real gangster with people on social media, but they're not going to get gangster with the government that they talk all this trash about. So it is kind of crazy to me why this is even an argument. It shouldn't even be an argument.
Indeed.
It's over. The argument is lost. Your judge has been sent to prison. All these people are going to get locked up. People still driving around with license plates. You haven't won anything. So you need to get your mind right and, like, really get into the game. And the game is to try to control your neck of the woods, which is your county. And once you control your county, you control possibly the state. And once you control the state, you dictate how that state votes, which, if you dictate how that state votes, it puts a certain individual into the presidency.
There you go.
And if you control a number of states, you can put whoever the hell you want to into the presidency.
Hey, brother.
You do it every few years.
Indeed. And on that note, let me take it away from there, brother, because you just segued me right into the question that the brother just asked me. Islam, my brother, peace and love. This is the last thing I'm going to ask. Peace and love. I appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
So look, he segued me right into what the brother asked me. The brother asked me, said, so Ta'aka, let me see if I can go back on it. He said, so Ta'aka, what do you teach civics in the temple? Okay, I'm about to break it down to you in a minute. So let me put my email in there. So he wanted to know what type of civics I teach in the temple. And I'm about to give it to you. Okay. Let me put my email in the thing first. So the brother say, so you want to know what type of civics I teach in the temple. First of all, do we know exactly what civics is? Let's talk about that first. What is civics? And I'm hungry, so I'm about to do this real fast. First of all, let's know what civic is, and let's not be fugazi about it. What is civics for real? Civics is the study of rights and duties of citizenship. Let's get to the basics. This is what civics, the study of the rights and duties of citizenship. All right? That's number one. The study of rights and duties of citizenship. So someone asked me, said, well, what civics do you teach in the temple? One of the programs that I am on the brink of truly unfolding, in the truest sense, hinges upon the teachings of the Prophet Noble Ali. And what teachings am I referring to? The teaching that I'm referring to from the Prophet Noble Ali is this right here. An article in the Moorish Guide. And I know you're looking for something complicated. I know you're looking for something complicated, but it's very basic. Listen to what the Prophet said. The 3,000 Muslims of the Grand Temple and the West Side Temple are making ready to register every man and or woman in order to take the lead for various candidates who they have been instructed to vote for. Okay, now listen again. The 3,000 Muslims of the Grand Temple and the West Side Temple are making ready to register every man or woman in order to take the lead for various candidates whom they have been instructed to vote for. This is called block voting. This is called body politic, where a body move together politically. This is civics. This is real civics. It says Alderman Lewis B. Anderson. This is who they were told to vote for. Honorable George W. Blackwell. Honorable Oscar DePriest. Honorable H. Jackson. All working through the regular Republican organizations. Now remember, that doesn't mean that you're a Republican, but you're working through the Republican organization in order to affect change for the whole. All working through the regular Republican organizations, of which the Honorable Daniel M. Jackson is our matchless leader. This is Civics 101. All know the situation and have their own way and time to give the order to go. Muslims will be ready. And I got nationals can't vote because that's a law. But now, listen to what I'm saying. Civics 101. Understand the local politics of your area. That's Civics 101. Now, I don't know. You might don't want to follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but that's on you. I know that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a prophet, and I'm going to follow this. So I'm going to do my best to get 3,000 people signed up, and then I'm going to find somebody within our group that is qualified, or even somebody, as Prophet Noble Drew Ali say, our matches leader, somebody that will carry the weight of our issues and put them on the table and have them resolved. You follow me? That's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about nobody else, but that's what I'm going to do. You follow me? And so now, that is Civics 101. You follow me? Civics 101. And in the Moorish Science Temple of America Noble Temples, we actually have a name for this process. Now let me share that with you. In the Moorish Science Temple of America Noble Temples, we have a name for this process. It's called the Alliance for Political Accountability. And what that is, oh, how you know that was the prophet's words? Do you want me to bring out the article? That comes from a Moorish God article. I actually have the article. I don't feel like digging it up, but that is a Moorish God article. I actually have the specific article. I mean, I actually so the for political accountability. So just I should have been more specific. Do you teach Constitution and two territory jurisdiction under Article 4, Section 3, Clause 101? No, I teach how to possess our get what's ours back. That's what I teach. I teach let's take some action and get ours back. That's what I teach. I mean, I take let's move in numbers and get ours back. That's my whole thing. Let's move in numbers. If we say this is our land, if we say this is ours, my whole mission is to reclaim what was lost in the name of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And in the words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the only way we can reclaim what was lost is through your connection to the Moorish National and Divine Movement. And your connection means that you must apply the method. I mean, so we must apply the method of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if you want to know more, you are welcome to send me an email and join us with our temples and what we're doing under the Moorish Science Temple of America Noble Temples. But
You're going to have to work. You're going to have some patience. You know what I mean? You're going to have to work as every other group of people work. It's going to take time. You know, many of us are scared of the Moorish Science Temple of America for what has been perpetrated under that name. Many people don't believe that the Moorish Science Temple of America is moving the way that we are moving. But it is what it is. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take a concentrated effort to make these things work. But guess what? The prophet did it in a short 3 years. There's no reason why we can't do the same. There is no reason why we can't do the same. There we go. So we moving on exactly how the prophet Obadiah Ali moved. Anything that I say, I can back it up by the prophet's words. And if I show you something, just like I just showed that article that was typed out, I actually do have the original article. So my thing is to mirror the prophet to the exact from the information that I have from the prophet. What I don't have from the prophet, I'm not dealing with it. I don't have the prophet calling us Al-Moroccans. I don't have the prophet calling us Moroccan Americans. I don't have the prophet calling us Moorish American Nationals. I don't have the prophet calling us all of this fugazi stuff. I don't find that nowhere. The prophet was successful with what he used. And in the words of my brother, what's my brother, 5% of brother in New York? What's my brother name? I got his name right here. That's my man. Let me see my brother name. Melchizedek. In the words of my brother Melchizedek, don't add or take away. Keep it right and exact. Do not add or take away. I don't add anything to the prophet Obadiah Ali, nor do I take away from the teaching of the prophet Obadiah Ali, because what the prophet demonstrated was enough to be successful in every aspect of life. And let me get into this real quick. You look into the wrong book, a man has already done it. What's economics? Let me say this real quick before I go. When the sister brought up the rights of indigenous people or the Indigenous Act, when you look at the rights of indigenous people, for one, you have to be on the federal list of recognized tribe of indigenous peoples. If you're not recognized by the federal government, that rights of indigenous people does not apply to you. You can call yourself indigenous all you want, but if you're not on that federal mandate, on that federal list that talks about the tribes of indigenous people, it does not affect you. It's not yours. So go get on that list, and then you can say something about the rights of indigenous people. But until you are on that federal list of tribes accepted as indigenous, it does not apply to you. Stop trying to use stuff that don't apply to you. The prophet came by the will of Allah with things that apply to you. He said, Moors are on that list. Brother, do you want the link? You want to show me? Put the link in here where Moors are on the list. Because I'm about to show you a list. I don't know, somebody gave you, I don't know, somebody gave you a list, but I'm going to show you the list that they have. I don't know what list you got, but I'm going to show you the list that they have, and then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to show you the list that they have. All right. Let me show you the list that they have. I'm pulling it up right now. All right. I'm pulling it up right now. I mean, I don't know what tribe you got. You know what I'm saying? But they're not on the list they got. It's online. I think I'm pulling it up right now. The nation. Hold up. 1 second. Federal recognized tribe. Let me try to pull it up real quick. I thought I had it on hand. There it is. There it is. List of federally recognized tribes. There it is. All right, so look. Let me show you something. Now, I'm going to just do the wiki search. Now, you can try to make it fugazi and all that stuff you want. You know what I mean? But I'm going to do the wiki search for you real quick because I got to go. All right? Go on there. It's a wiki. It's a wiki search. And I'm warning you that it's a wiki. So, but here's the tribes right here. They're all right here. They're all right here. Now, you have to show me what tribe that you are a part of. That's number one. That's number one. I mean, and then you must prove that tribal affiliation. But let me tell you something about this. We deal with nationality. We deal with nationality, and nationality supersedes tribal affiliation. That doesn't mean you have to deny your tribe. That don't mean you have to denounce your tribe. Because nationality is the order of the day. In other words, no matter where you go in the world, nationality is how people are recognized. So in other words, when you are in Nigeria, right? And I'm going to put tribes of Nigeria. Nigeria. Okay? When you are in Nigeria, and I want you to see this real quick, right? I want you to understand, when you denounce Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you tripping. Now, when I'm gonna do this and then that's it. This is it. I promise. This is it. I gotta relax. I'm tired. I'm tired. So when you look at tribes, and I'm using Nigeria for example, in Nigeria. So it's Nigeria is an African populous country and has the largest aggregation of ethnic groups in Africa. There are more than 300 Nigerian tribes. All right? 300. More than 300 tribes. Among the largest include Hasu, Fulani, Igbo, Yoruba. But at the end of the day, they are all Nigerian. You follow me? At the end of the day, they are all Nigerian. So when you start talking about the rights of indigenous people, you actually disenfranchising yourself because the era now calls for you to recognize your nationality, not your tribal affiliation. I mean, you can recognize your tribal affiliation, but this is a new era of time now. And all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. And this is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Drew Ali the prophet. So you proclaim your nationality. You understand what I'm saying? Again, there are more than 300 Nigerian tribes. But when it's all said and done, they are all Nigerian. I'm going to tell you, join the temple. Man, shout out to my brother, assistant brother Akanat Salam Bey for his donation. Shout out to my brother Jesse Sutton Jr. for his donation. Again, shout out to my brother Divine L. Shout out to my sister Tatris Bey for her donation. And everybody else who gave a donation. I appreciate the donation that's coming through on the live chat. But let me say again, family, this is why the Moorish Science Temple of America is so important. The moment that you step away, from the Moorish Science Temple of America, you become a target of misinformation. So the brother said, where did you get your nationality from? You have to have a state. That's not true, Robert Knight. Nationality is not indicative of having a state. Where did you get that from? Nationality, if you say that
The people of Palestine, the PLO, they don't have a state, but they have a nationality. Matter of fact, they also are recognized at the United Nations level. Palestine, the Palestinians, they don't have no state. For the Jewish people took over that, but their nationality is still Palestinian. Robert Knight, join the temple, brother. Join the temple, brother. With a because your arguments ain't right, brother. Your arguments ain't right. You know what I mean? You don't need no land to have a recognized nationality. Although you can carve out territory and exist in any land and still have a recognized nationality. This was proven in Bosnia. This was proven in Palestinians. This was proven at the fall of the USSR, of the USSR. You follow what I'm saying? So the point of the matter is, brother, you gotta really get your worldview up. You know, when the fall of the Soviet Union, it was many nationalities that didn't have a place called home as it relates to a territory. But that did not take away from their nationality.
Call from
Robert Knight.
Let me get this, brother. It's not my brother. It's not my brother. Where you calling from, brother?
I'm calling from Illinois Republic. What's going on with
It's not. So, brother, do you understand? I don't think you understand that nationality is not indicative of you having a territorial land. That's not how nationality works.
Oh, I do know that.
Okay, Islam. Well, we good then. But go ahead, bro. The floor is yours, bro.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to see what y'all get that, man. Because y'all, I'm seeing y'all on TV. Who is this? This the Hunker?
This the Harker Bay. This your brother. You don't know my voice by now, brother. And you call him. Nah, I'm playing, brother. It's not. Yeah, brother Harker Bay, brother.
So what I'm getting at is, as far as the nationality, okay, so you were the temple, so the temple confers your nationality.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother.
Okay, a temple can be a state from what I'm understanding.
Absolutely, brother, but let me tell you something. It can't be fugazi. It has to be put together by the specification as designed by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali when he founded this religious society. You understand what I'm saying?
I know all that.
Absolutely. So many people that say that the temple is a state, I don't think they really understand the particulars that go into making it functional and legal, lawful, and moving like the prophet set it up.
Oh, okay, well, what I'm going to ask you is this. Well, why y'all ain't set up jobs and everything, got land for these people and show them what they need to be doing?
Well, brother, the thing is this, brother. Many of us are just coming to learn the true teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So if you knew that,
and I understood that within a year of studying this.
So, brother, so why haven't you set it up?
Because shit, people hard headed.
No. Brother, you asking me. I'm telling you that a lot of this information that I'm teaching, it comes from deep research and recent discoveries. And so now we are moving on it under the name of the Moorish Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples. We are moving on it as we speak. But now the question goes to why, if you knew this after the first year, what have you set up so far? Anything?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to set up.
No. I'm asking, what have you set up?
Oh well, I got my little farm that I got set up, but it's not running how I would like.
Brother, you stuttering on me, bro. But you understand, brother. I don't want to put you under the hot seat, but what I'm telling you, brother, is that
ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with
listen
it.
To me.
I'll put you under the hot seat as I did. So
No. Listen, what I'm saying, brother. Most of us have been in temples that put many of our talents on the seat of hurry up and wait. You understand what I'm saying, brother?
Right.
And we have to acknowledge that. I am not on that chair no more of hurry up and wait. I am moving expeditiously to bring forth the program of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali within the 3-year span that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali demonstrated, starting from last year this time. I mean, last. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, I understand what you said.
So the same program that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali put down, we are putting down under the Moorish Science Temple of America Noble Temples. And so that's what we're doing more. But I can't speak for everybody else because I don't believe everybody know the plan of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. No matter how many fans you see, no matter how many turbans you see, I'm not convinced. Moors, we got leaders that have been leaders over 20 years that haven't produced what the Prophet produced in 3. So the evidence is very clear. You see what I'm saying? So now it's up to us to do it. So, brother, if you are not a part of a collective group or organization moving on the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I would encourage you to get with one because we can only solve this problem together. But it must be progressive minds moving together. We can't move as individuals because we move as individuals, we'll be all right as an individual, but as a collective, we can get more done. Islam?
Yeah, Islam.
Islam. So, more, I got to wrap it up more. I'm tired now, but I ain't mean to go this long.
Oh, man, don't wrap it up. But, you know, you just got on this wave, so, you know, it's the right wave. And if you had this going in the first place, man, you would have been rocking right. That's all I can say.
No, more. You got to understand, more. You got to get in where you know. You ever been on a merry-go-round before, more? And somebody trying to jump in. You gotta jump in at the right time, or you're gonna get clipped up off one of them bars. You see what I'm saying? And so when you come on social media more, it's like a merry-go-round. And as it's spinning, you got to be able to come in on the momentum where it's at. And then once you go on where the momentum where it's at, you know what I'm saying? Then we can start to spin it a little faster. You follow what I'm saying? But you got to get in on the momentum. It's like double dutch. You got to find a way to get up in that double dutch before you start doing flips, tricks, sitting down and flipping up in them ropes. But you got to be able to get in first. So now we in, and now we getting some work done. Islam?
Islam, more. I'm gonna stay in tune with you. Actually, I'm gonna give you a call one day, see what's going on.
Indeed. And brother, I'll be in the Mecca soon, probably in July. I got a big lecture that I'm about to announce, and I'm gonna bring it to the Mecca. And I look forward to pressing your palm, my brother.
Oh, yeah. All right, peace.
Peace and love. So, family, with that being said, I'm up out of here, family. I appreciate y'all. I didn't mean to go that long. I'm going to call my Mobites up here because she probably mad at y'all. My wife won't be mad at y'all because I supposed to been done, and she got my dinner ready for me, and I'm sitting up here talking to y'all. No, I'm just playing. She probably a little bit hot, though. I'm going to sing to her. I'm the more you going to remember. I'll be the more you're going to, that might calm her down a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to try something. Sunny Boxing Talk. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Continue to tune in. Anybody who wants to support what I am doing, you also can cash app Noble Temples. Like I said, we are building here on the ground. You know what I mean? And we are pushing the program. It takes a little bit of time, but it's going to be pushed. It's working. We working. You know what I mean? We working. It's all good. Heed the warning TV. What's up, big bro? Peace to everybody. And I might see y'all tomorrow. Oh, no. I might see y'all tomorrow, but I think this was a sufficient good show tonight. Saturday Night Live. Support C. Cannon Bay, brothers and sisters. Support C. Cannon Bay. Send them a letter. Send them something. Let me put his information up here one more time. Send them a letter, a card, or something. I'm sending them a card or something this week. I'm trying to tell you. That's my brother. I like the brother personally. But this is his information. I don't know the particulars of why he's locked up, but he is locked up. This is where you can send a MoneyGram, money order. You also can send him a letter. I say send him a card of encouragement because no matter what me and him may have bumped heads on, he's always shown me respect, and he always was a funny guy when we get into them conversations in private. And so I don't know what happened. I'm putting it out there. Hopefully somebody can give an account of what happened and what our brother is going through, and any other Moorish American that is not online that we haven't seen. Brother Moreno Bay, you know, I haven't seen him in a while. You know, I don't know where he's at, you know, and we should be concerned when we don't see our brothers on Facebook or on YouTube, even if we disagree. You know, we should be concerned. What's going on? You know, that brother And then the other brother here with the Moorish American 720, he haven't made a video in 2 months. You know, if we are really our brothers keepers, regardless of if we disagree, we should try to find out what's going on and make sure all is well. Because if the people around C. Cannon Bay are not saying that the brother is locked up, suppose he's locked up and they treating him greasy, how are we gonna know? You know what I mean? We only disagree idealistically, but we don't disagree as it relates to the bond of affection. For our prophet teaches us, when we separate in the land, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and accept not a stranger for thy own blood. And when your brother is in adversity, assist him. You know what I'm saying? And when your sister in trouble, forsake her not. And so I know a lot of people probably thought that I was trying to, when I put the fly out, make a mockery of my brother, and that's not what I'm going to do, and that's not what my intentions were going to do. And it was hard to do this without that connotation being put upon this presentation, because that's not what it's about. And I hope it's not taken that way, and I hope y'all not taking it that way. But like I say, you know, we have to remember the bonds of affection. I disagree with Cujo. Do I think he's an agent? No. Absolutely not. Do I think he's off the path of the Prophet Obadiah Ali? Absolutely so. Do I think he's my brother? I know he's my brother. And if I don't see him making videos, I will inquire about him too. And that's just what it is. So peace and love. Take care of each other. And I see y'all next go around. Peace and love, family.